All right, so last time we left off, we had just unlocked a new chapter.
The rom-com time.
With love from the heart of the school? Now, if we know anything about heavenly hosts, the heart is not a good place to be. Okay, with love from the heart of the school, and we got a lemon already. Oh no, that's an ice cream. Thanks, LinkToon. Yo, what's up? Oh god, these are all the girls for the harem, aren't they?
Yep.
The game's not even giving us any breath. It's like, all right, we're gonna go right into torturing you.
I mean, this is just the perfect setting for a romantic comedy.
Well, you're not wrong there.
Old decrepit school, you know, that's just a knee slapper right there.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Satoshi and the others nervously examine their surroundings. Thank you. With him were Naomi, Ayumi, Yuka, Miss Yui, Satsuki, and Toko, for a total of 7 people. They thought they'd just been in Heavenly Host Elementary Auditorium a moment ago. They suddenly all found themselves standing in classroom 1A. That place where it all begins. Where the torment begins. And none among them could hide their anxiety. To die! Why else? Honestly.
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
ここは天神小学校。集められたメンバーには何か意味があるはず。
何かをするために集められた。そんな気がする。
何か思い出しそうな気がするんだけど。私たち
They don't know about
何か約束をしたような。
Maybe the awfulness of the play from the last part just made them forget. Sachiko's about to kick in the door and get a bunch of costumes ready, I bet. Time for a harem!
This is gonna be my first experience with a harem, too.
知らない人ばっかり。
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Probably a bad thing, because this is probably going to overplay the crap out of it.
Well, might as well get all the tropes out there.
Well, we're gonna find out. Let's see. Yuka, who had only just noticed that Satoshi was with her, came bounding over.
Uh-oh, we gotta establish the horny corner.
I was just about to say, Yuka, who let you out of the naughty horny corner?
Yuka!
Well, to be fair, they teleported out of the room that normally had it.
We're gonna need a new naughty horny corner, Zeke.
We always need one of those.
Satoshi gave her a big hug.
一緒にいられれば、俺がユカを守ってやれる。離れ離れはもうごめんだ。
よかった。お兄ちゃんと一緒だ。
Good for you.
GoldConnor brings up a perfect point. Chalkboard is best girl.
I didn't realize the chalkboard had a sex.
I guess so. Now it does.
Oh boy, here we go. Then another girl interjected herself into the scene, slightly startling the siblings. Hello.
That's her. Get in the corner as well.
私は水原さつき、ゆかちの友達です。はじめまして、ゆかちのお兄さんですよね。水原さつき、C カップです。
What? Why would that?
Hey, my name is Zeke, and can you imagine if girls actually just introduce themselves with, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm 21, and I got C cup breasts."
I cannot imagine any scenario outside of fiction where that would happen. There is no context on this planet where that could happen. Wait, what does this even mean? You're her bro, no? What do you mean, bro? He's her brother.
Bro.
That's This is dumb. This is dumb. Do middle schoolers talk like this? I don't remember this when I was in middle school.
I try to forget. Oh God!
Is she trying to attract Satoshi? Zeke, do you want this thumbnail?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, then let me just get the chat out of the way for one moment, and I'll take a screenshot for you. Oh,
I feel as if we're kind of at the point where we just kind of take every one of these and just see what's the best, you know?
They're called CGs.
CGs? Okay.
Yeah. All right. As if to punctuate that statement, she put one hand on her lower back and another on her head, thrusting her chest forward. This is a middle schooler. Why?
Yeah, that's just weird.
T-Man, no, not the nut button. That's a middle schooler, not the nut button.
Is she hitting on Satoshi? Does everyone have just like a woman boner for Satoshi?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm just. I hope. I kind of hope.
Like Yoshiki even has one. You know, like a bro.
He does not have a bro boner for him. Where did
he sees him as his best friend.
Yes, because they are best friends.
Mm-hmm. I was just making a joke about it.
I'm just like, I did not see that anywhere. Okay, we read this.
What if we find out that she's actually 18?
I really don't know. Yeah, 99. I don't think that's actually true. I think there's a misconception behind that fact. I don't know. I think like I think it's just Japan when it comes to the laws. They don't really give a crap about you know, cartoons, drawings, anime. So yeah, exactly. She's not real, so
she's not real living button.
Yuke's legendary beloved big brother. What about him is legendary? We couldn't even think of like a defining characteristic of him like 3 streams ago.
He's able to man up. That's his ability.
Yeah, I guess so. What the hell?
Oh, did I miss something? Okay, let's see. Talk about. Oh God.
No! Oh my God, no! That's disgusting!
Yeah, we're with the Jesus. Yeah, we need some Jesus up in here.
Jesus has abandoned this stream. Jesus took a look at this. It's like, y'all are on your own. Have fun with Satan.
Oh, y'all dealing with that weeb stuff? Okay, I'm going down.
Jesus comes down from him and I am here to help you, my child. Sees the weeb shit. No, I'm out. See ya. Maybe next coming.
I will see y'all next time.
By this time, Satsuki's eyes had already begun wandering, and she was now focused on the teacher's podium at the front of the room. Oh boy.
She looks happy.
Was that teleporting or a dinosaur roar? That certainly changed the mood. Everyone else in the room immediately stopped what they were doing and turned to face the podium as well. Hovering above it. Yeah. Hovering above it, glowing with a faint white light, was Sachiko. The light gradually faded away, revealing the unmistakable red dress Sachiko gracefully touched down. Or as Sachiko. I can't read. A perfect landing, as it were.
皆さん、こんにちは。Sachikoのヒステリックバースデーにようこそ。
Yeah, we've known what this is since the beginning. Can you just get this next part over with, please?
今度は何をやらせる気を。し、中島さん、ここは我慢よ。 文化祭を盛り上げたら帰れるからしばらくおとなしくしてましょう。この教室に集まってもらったのは
Oh, she's so
他
happy.
ではありません。
Mm-hmm.
楽しい催し物に参加してもらうためです。
Fun in your kind of fun or fun in our kind of fun? Because there's a difference.
A big difference.
With this, she beckoned to Satsuki.
さつきちゃん、はーい。
Satsuki flew forward in a blink of an eye, and she was now standing right next to Sachiko. She clearly has no idea what she's standing right next to.
さつきちゃん、さちこちゃんと知り合い。
Remember, she was the one that was brought in for the event.
Right, right.
So those guys tend to have like special privilege with Sachiko.
Makes sense.
今回の催し物の司会、実況をお願いしている水原さつきちゃんです。
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. The middle schooler who just tried to puff out her chest and a high schooler is about to run the harem event. Kill me now.
I see nothing wrong with this. I see everything wrong with
中等
this.
部2年3組、水原さつきです。よろしくお願いします。
As the crowd stood dumbfounded, Satsuki concluded her self-introduction with an exaggerated clap and a mischievous wink.
She's literally hitting us with this.
さつきちゃん、どうして？
Semicolon capital D.
なんでさちこちゃんのことを知ってるの？
I don't want to know.
さつきちゃんからそんな話聞いたことないよ。
Lucky.
さつきちゃん、その子怖いから。
Why do you think I went to go to the bathroom early this time?
そう？一人ぼっちでずっと廃校になった小学校にいたなんてかわいそうな子じゃん。
Yeah.
さつきちゃんは何も知らないんだ。ここがどんなに怖いところか。さちこちゃんが何をしてきたのか。だったらしょうがないかも。でもさつきちゃんだったら全てを知っててもこのテンションだったりするかも。さっき幸子さんに頼まれちゃって。まあ私話すの好きだし。
I mean, I like talking, so I figured why not?
怖くないの？廃校だよここ。廃校を舞台にしたイベントなんて面白そうじゃないですか。文化祭なんですよね。
Funky culture festival.
Everybody's got a perspective, I guess.
That's a good
そうだよ。
perspective.
今日は楽しい文化祭だから。
Exactly.
みんな楽しんでね。
何をする気なんだ？
Huh?
さて、皆様にやっていただくのは天神小学校ハーレムスクールデイズラブラブ大作戦です。
The great love maneuver.
That is a... I would believe it if that was an actual... If somebody went up to me and said that's an actual anime title, I'd believe them. For a moment, a deafening silence fell upon the room.
ハーレムって確か行動で幸子さんが言ってたやつ。
Now we all remember.
そうです。ハーレムです。
Why are you excited?
It's Harlem time.
I think it's harem. I don't care.
Harem time.
Harem,
Beast in
harem.
the
It's
harem.
This is gonna be stupid either way.
It's the Harlem Shake. Doot, doot, doot. And everyone just starts just dancing. Just weird.
Sachiko pumped her fist excitedly.
見ての通り可愛い女の子がたくさんいる中に持田聡くんがたった一人。これをハーレムと言わずして何と言おうか。
I gotta eat all this pussy myself?
mean,
Satoshi
seriously,
looked around the room.
that is the face of a man who's just seen an all-you-can-eat buffet.
All you can eat buffet. The food is anime thighs.
I mean, y'all don't have to look all sad about it.
この場に男は俺一人。
Oh, oh boy.
サチコラブコメが見たい
Okay. I got some DVDs. You know, you don't have to use real people for this.
のだからこの学校に来た男の子の中で一番人気のあるサトシを選んだの
Oh, I'm aware of what Satsuki does in Blood Drive, and that's probably another reason why I'm gonna have why we're gonna play that next after Book of Shadows. I've decided I want Zeke to suffer as much as possible, so I'm gonna be playing the other 2 games after this one.
Suffer, suffer!
それからサトシのことを好きな女の子たちを集めたらこうなったの
I picked out the girl. Wait a second, the teacher's here.
There's no way that. Wait. Oh no.
The teacher's here.
There is a scene in Book of Shadows where Satoshi goes to the teacher's house. She is half drunk in pajamas that are falling off, and she mistakes him for the high school crush she had and climbs on him. I remember that now.
So you wanted to keep that away from me because...
I don't want to go back and look at it. No, I'm not playing the whole freaking Book of Shadows game. Oh, it's just based on... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it would make sense. It's just Sachiko's perspective.
私はあの人のことなんて知らない
Oh, you like him. Just look at him. Look how dreamy and just non-personality he has.
Doesn't Toko like someone else, though? Yeah, you stabbed him to death one time. Thank you, game.
Yeah, you stabbed him.
Oh, Toko's the one that likes Kizumi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kizumi just wasted his life. It's like, huh, I'm gonna kill all my friends, but you could have had this. You could have had this right here, Kizumi.
He could have just told her, "Run, Rabbito, run!"
Or he could have said, "All right, let's fuck like rabbits."
Run, Rabbito, run!
どこかで会ったことあったっけ
Yeah, I stabbed you. One time you blocked him with a
見たことな
phone.
い制服なのになぜか
What?
胸が騒ぐ
Oh.
Heart is right. What happened in those bad endings we didn't look at?
天神小学校のどこかで会った
Did they like make out at some point? Nah, that wouldn't.
落ち着いてあなたは誰見かけない制服ね
You identify yourself now.
私は桐崎東子白蘭高等学校の
I'm
2年生
also
です
DMad's waifu.
That's true.
あなたたちはみんな顔見知りかもしれないけど私は違うわだから行動に返して友達と一緒にいたいの
Oh, sorry, that's girl.
ちゃんと参加しないとすっごい恐ろしい目に合わせちゃうよ
Oh.
Yo, Sachiko, it's just a harem, not a horror anime. Did I just call it an anime?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Whoa!
私は古い木造校舎の中を必死でさまよった出口を探してそして信じられない
What is going on here?
I don't know, but he's clearly... I got lost in the... Oh!
Oh, wow.
Okay!
That's a face.
That is indeed a face. Okay, let's get a shot of that.
There you go. It's like, hey, you want to see my Pokemon cards? I have such a collection. It's Rabbito!
Rabbito.
そうだ
Oh.
私は片思いをしていた優也に
Oh, that's right. Get all the screenshots.
優也の手で
That's right. He did this in Book of Shadows. He
It was
actually
kind of implied in that bad ending in the first game too.
was it? I don't remember that one. Too
Remember,
well.
she was all bloodied and she was missing a tooth.
Oh, right. Just as Toko was about to cry out in pain and terror, the memory vividly returning to her.
終わり
Really?
怖かったでしょ思い出したくないよねまた同じ目に遭いたくないよねもっと怖い目に遭いたくないよね
Yikes.
Yeah, just play her little game, and you'll be fine.
じゃあわがままはなしね
Oh, like you're one to talk.
She just wants a birthday, okay?
Dude, look at her face. She's clearly traumatized.
And that's yeah, that's true. She just does not care.
It's
She's like everyone's getting tormented, and she's just vibing, like, yay!
It's like, so what am I gonna get to have Yuka climb on her brother like the disgusting crap I am? Satsuki, smiling perpetually through this whole ordeal, continued with her speech as if none of this ever happened.
では参加者の紹介をしますね
You're really just going to try and put us right back into the happy mode?
Mm-hmm.
God, middle schoolers
Like
are awful.
domestic violence. Happy time. It's so
まずは
weird.
我らがハーレムキング如月学園
A
高等
Harlem
部
King.
2年9組持田聡くん
あ、どうもよろしく。
Are they normally called Harlem Kings?
No. They're
Oh.
just called the protagonist.
そしてハーレムを彩る美女たちの紹介です
Lass is making up his Harlem today.
まずは本命登場中島直美さんです
All right, I'm just gonna say it. If Naomi doesn't win this harem crap, we're gonna burn the school down. We're gonna be. No, here's what we're gonna do. One of us is gonna hang ourselves. We're gonna go up to heaven. We're gonna get Jesus. Like, you get down here. You help us purify this crap. We will grab
We
Jesus by the
riot.
robe. It's like, I don't care when your next coming time is. We need you. We need you now. Please. No, not please. I'm just taking you right down.
如月学園高等部2年9組サトシくんとはずっとクラスメイトこれは運命か
Could
ち
this
ょっ
be
とやめ
fate?
てよただの腐れ縁ってだけよ
Oh, come on, you like him.
Don't be that girl, Naomi. Don't be that girl. We all saw like you liked him in the first game, all right?
そして同じく同級生如月学園高等部2年9組の委員長篠崎あゆみさんよろしくお願いします
I'd say she's like the silver, like the second place contestant.
I
Who
would
would you
not
say is
I
the
would not
underdog?
see her and Satoshi really working out.
I mean, my true ship is her and Yoshiki.
Oh yeah, totally. That's Yoshiki x Ayumi all the way.
霊感が強くおまじないが大好きそんなエキセントリックな魅力を持つあゆみさんの奮闘ぶりに期待です
Eccentric charm all over her, all her own.
エキセントリックそして大人の
This is what we're calling goths nowadays. Don't worry.
危ない放課後宍戸優衣先生23歳
Wait,
So she'll
Naughty
see you
teachers?
after class.
How is Miss Yui anything near naughty? She was well mannered.
Naughty teacher's aide. She'll see you after class. Look at her blushing.
I
先生の自宅で二人きりなんて情報も届いております。
That's the scene I was talking about.
あれはただ私が風邪をひいて。
Oh right, she was delirious from being sick.
持田君は届け物をしてくれただけ。
Is that what she's
その
claiming?
私は熱があって司君と間違えて。だからはいはい次行きますよ次。
Yeah, a likely story.
Oh my god, that's God.
最も身近な異性、生まれた時からずっと一つ屋根の下。
Oh.
妹の持田美香、木更津学園柔道部2年3組。お兄ちゃん大好
And
き。
she just loves her big brother. Why is this like being like pitched like a WWE thing?
I don't know.
そしてダークホースになるか、他校の強気な美少女が乱入。白檀高等学校2年4組、桐崎瞳子さん。どうも。じゃあ
Hi.
そろそろ始めましょうかね。
We don't have to.
まずは簡単にルール説
I
明
love how DMad's pretty much like the fan anytime
Anytime Toko appears, he's like, best girl.
I just imagine him just
All right, the rules in simple
サト
terms.
シ君へのラブラブアピールを女性陣にしていただき、最終的にサトシ君に選ばれた人が優勝ということになります。
It's as easy as that.
Satoshi, can you just pick Naomi and get this over with?
ちょっと何よそれ、アピールってそんな。
That is, well, that's the undertone of a harem, but it looks like it's the main tone here.
生徒にラブラブアピールなんかできません。
Yuka.
Ayumi! Ayumi is just sitting there like,
She knows what she has to do.
She's like, no. She's just sitting there like, how to get into those pants.
You know, this is why she's second best girl. Ayumi's like,
I don't know. I don't know if Ayumi could be a best. I don't know.
That's why she's the second.
ブーイングはお断りです。
I think Mayu would probably be the second best girl, honestly.
That's true. She's pretty high up there
いいじ
too.
ゃないですか。こんな小さな女の子が寂しがってるんですから、楽しいお誕生日にしてあげましょうよ。楽しいイベントが目白押し、どんどん盛り上げていきましょう。
Please
Kills us.
don't mean that literally. Satsuki was waving her arms wildly as if to jumpstart the party, but in response, she was met with nothing more than dumbfounded silence. This didn't seem to bother her, however. She continued.
そして最後にサトシ君に選ばれた人にはとっておきの商品が贈られます。
Oh boy, what could it be?
His heart. His heart.
サトシ君から最初に気がつくものをプレゼントです。
Oh no.
Oh God. It'll be a present from Satoshi, beginning with a C or a K sound.
So whoever wins
It's
is gonna get.
cake. Well, thank you, D-Mad.
I was so terrified you were gonna say another C word.
No, D-Mad already said it.
Oh. God damn it, D-Man! It's gonna be a kiss, okay? All you freaks, it's a kiss!
I didn't know Satoshi raised chickens. But it would be nice of him to give like the rooster to one of the winning girl.
Be quiet. All eyes were suddenly on Satoshi.
Yumi's just like, oh hell yeah, now's my chance.
サトシ、どういうこと？
How the hell is he supposed to know?
俺何も知らないけど。だいたいハーレムってなんだよ。
He doesn't even know what a harem is. This man doesn't even watch anime. This man doesn't watch anime.
Satoshi better run. This is bringing kill them with kindness way too seriously.
Oh god, this music.
Saxophone back. Naomi,
I was about to say, the main guy running away from the women is actually common in harem, usually as a joke. But in this show, in this game, that might be what saves his life.
キスだよね。
Oh, Naomi is pure of heart. She's not.
Yes.
She's not tainted.
You see the size of her tits? That's actually just containing her heart.
Mm-hmm.
こういう時の商品ってきっとそうよね。
Oh, she wants it to be something else, but she's putting two and two together.
No. She clearly wants it to be the kiss.
No, maybe, I don't know.
ハーレムなんてやりたくないけど、でも。
Oh, she wants the kiss. That's so cute. Yes. Wait, you know what? Where's that Chica gif? Where's that Chica gif of DMad? Yes. There we go. It's cuteness.
サトシとキス。 お兄ちゃんからの。
No! You go to the naughty horny corner! Get in the naughty horny corner! The fact that this is even a possibility is disgusting! You snickering like an imp over there!
This crap is funny, man.
キスだったりするのかな。
See, she probably wants it to be that. You know what? No, she's in middle school. I'm not gonna finish that joke.
お兄ちゃんからのキスってほっぺかな。
Okay, there's far worse ways to kiss someone than on the cheek.
Right.
もしかして
Oh.
唇？
Wait, you're not actually gonna... Ah!
Oh no.
私何を考えてるの？
Alright, you know what? I'll go to the naughty horny corner just so I don't have to watch anymore. I don't care what happens anymore. I just don't want to watch it.
ゆかち、何真っ赤になってるの？
This is all your fault. You know what?
You
need to go to the naughty horny corner more than anybody else.
You get the corner, and you get the corner.
You all get the corner.
Corner.
あ、わかった。お兄ちゃんとのキスシーンを思い浮かべてたんでしょう。
Jobu gets the corner.
Yes, Jobu and
DMad
Wolfo
gets the
and
corner.
DMad and Frenzy. All of you get the naughty horny corner.
Oh.
We're only a half hour in.
そうなの？だってゆかち、顔がにやけてたよ。
Shut up.
そんなことないもん。ハーレムか。
Oh boy, what's she gonna say?
主催者の幸子さんがラブコメが見たいって言ってるわけだよね。
So pucker up, Satoshi. That's what she's gonna say
気がつ
next.
くものって思わせぶりに言ってるけど、持田くんが一番お気に入りの女の子を選ぶわけだから。 まず間違いなく商品は持田くんからのキス。
Oh.
What if she's gonna force the one that he wins the heart
You
of
know
to
what? That
kill.
is not outside of Sachiko's personality. So I guess we'll have
No.
to see.
That's my guess.
Well, then again, like, she did say she didn't really want to kill anyone today unless necessary.
Maybe this will be necessary? Because remember, this is a romantic comedy. Basically, only thing we're seeing is a romance here. What's a comedy to say with Seiko?
See, I'll give Ayumi this much. She's clearly the most honest out of everybody here. Let me... Yeah, see, like, this isn't exactly the kind of place I'd choose to get it kissed in, but I also don't want to just hand this chance over to the other girls. See, at least she's the most honest about this.
She's formulating a game plan. Like, she's about to play some chess. She's playing 4D chess here.
All for a guy that doesn't even like her. Guess we know how Yoshiki feels. No, you can't be serious.
No.
キャットタワー？キールロワイヤルもいいな。
Cur Royale. I take it that's probably alcohol.
It might be. I'm not sure actually. She clearly
is another one. But at the same time, Satoshi is not Princess Peach.
Cur Royale. Actually, I think that's a type of wine.
I figured. It sounds like either like a whiskey or a wine.
Let me Cur Royale. Cur Royale recipe? Oh, it's a French cocktail.
Okay. Cat Tower is basically the thing that cats climb on and scratch and stuff like that.
勝った人に選ばせてくれたらいいのに。
You are far too naive.
She's looking for prizes.
ここで大人の女は私だけ。
That's the worst part. You can't participate in a harem with your student. All right?
Does Twitter exist in this universe?
No. I want to live here, actually. Knowing that, I want to live here now. I can take all the weird harem crap, but no Twitter? Holy shit, this place is already better. Huh?
She's determined. Oh, God.
What? You have got to be kidding me. You're actually going to do this. He's 5 years younger than you.
Got it made, got it made, got it made. I'm hot for teacher.
As if.
どうしたんですか、先生。今目が光ってましたけど。
I'm about to fuck my student.
Uh...
なんでもない。
Oh.
さあ、皆さん盛り上がってきましたね。あれ、トウコさんだけ反応が芳しくない。
She's like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know this person.
私は別に興味ないから。
Look, you might as well just play in a little bit because Sachiko's right there.
ほっと出ましたね。ツンデレ発言。
God damn it! You can't. The tsundere tendencies you're known for.
So that's why she's best girl for DMad.
違うわよ。
You stab dude in the chest with a pair of scissors.
とっても美味しいキャベツか、それとも愛が込められたキックかな。さあ、みんな頑張って
Delicious
いきましょ
cabbage, a
う。
swift kick infused with love.
So she's really putting out there like it could be anything. It's like, I know what you're all thinking, but it could literally be anything.
キャベツ？キック？
Cabbage, a kick. And then Ayumi just looks like, I thought it was cock.
消費者の品ってそっち？
Ayumi's just like, I thought it was something else.
きっと皆さんの想像している。もう。
Oh, she's just teasing them.
Oh, Listen here, you little shit. Ugh.
はいはい、では始めますよ。
Chop
そ
chop.
れでは記念すべき1回戦は
The pit of lava.
誰がサトシくんをゲット？校内ビーチフラッグ対決です。
Peach flag?
In school beach flag.
What is a beach flag competition? What is
this a beach episode?
Are they? Oh no. Oh, they're all about to put on swimsuits, aren't they?
ビー
Yes.
チフラッグ？どこで？ここ小学校だよね。砂場？会場には後ほどご案内します。
To the
the
venue
venue.
momentarily.
参加者の皆様、まずは水着に着替えましょう。
Oh no.
Swimsuits.
さあ、もう勝負始まってますよ。更衣室にて水着争奪戦です。
A fight for the best swimsuit.
I cannot take this seriously. What, we get the happy freaking music in the creepy friggin' hallway. Nobody fully understood what was going on just yet, but everybody just kind of started running.
And why not?
私が一番ね。
Better hurry.
水着って一体どこに？
Oh, this is the shower room right outside the
Yep.
pool.
Yep.
Oh no.
あ、ロッカーに水着が入れてある。いっぱいあるな。どれにしよう。もう、なんでこんなことに。
Is this even a thing?
きつい。あー、中島さん早い。おー、いろんな水着があるのね。
Is it bad if I wouldn't mind seeing Miss Shishido in a swimsuit?
Oh, not bad at all.
Good.
That's the only one that you won't feel bad at looking at and be like, oh, she's hot.
Hey, at the end of the day, they're all drawings, so feast your eyes, gentlemen.
I guess.
更衣室。
Oh God, Yuka's here. Okay, no, I take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
That's the only one, which is that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, that is where I'm just like, no.
苦しい。
I feel
で、私
unclean.
まで。
You're the one who ran with them. Why do you care? Why are you asking me? Finally, the whole gang was present in the locker room.
水着、いろいろあるね。私、ビキニは無理。
I can't do bikinis.
She's self-conscious about her chest size.
私も無理だから。
Why? You've got some volume to you.
I mean, there you go, Evergreen Leaf. He said, I won't mind seeing Miss Shidoshi, or the teacher.
Shishido.
Shishido?
Yeah.
In the swimsuit either.
Ayumi had her hands on a dress-type swimsuit, but Toko was apparently prepared to fight her for it. Her hand also tightly grasped its stretchy fabric.
ちょっと引っ張らないで。そっちこそ。
They're gonna just rip it.
二人とも落ち着いて。ほら、じゃんけん。
That works.
All
私
right.
が先に掴んだんだから。
Oh God.
私だよ。怖い。
Shut up.
Yuka, stop crying. That's what we're doing because you're
思ったよ
here.
り水着が小さい。
Oh.
本当だ。胸が、水着に食い込む。私、E カップだから M サイズの水着だとちょっときついんだよね。
We're getting the most important lore here.
Very true. Very true. I would have guessed Naomi was a D, but she's actually an E. Well then. Satoshi's gonna be a happy man when he gets married one day. You Yuka glanced down at her chest. Ugh. The swimsuit she'd chosen was too big for her flat body shape, barely even staying on since it had nothing to really grip onto.
Please change. Please don't. No, don't. Yeah,
Please go put on like
something else.
Please.
Oh no.
You're not actually gonna try it. Oh no.
We're about to have a Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl moment, aren't we?
Please no. As Yuka fiddled with her swimsuit, Ayumi was busy taking her school uniform off right beside her. As she did, small bottle fell from the pocket and rolled onto the floor.
The vanilla beans.
何それ？なんでもないよ。聖水持ってきちゃった。
Oh, holy
That's
water.
not a bad idea, honestly.
願いが成就する。
We all need holy water right
マホさん
now.
のブログに載ってたやつ。
You still believe Naho's blog after she's the whole reason you're here?
持田くんとのキス。
You're really willing to go that far for it?
篠崎さん、行くわよ。
Maybe her plan is to try to drown herself in the holy water so that she'll have to do mouth to mouth with Satoshi.
Oh, it's one tiny vial. No one's gonna buy that.
Drowning! And she like pours it over herself. And she's like flopping around like a fish.
I need mouth to mouth. Satoshi's like, okay. And then Kishinama busts through the door. It's like, hold up, fam! I got this!
You know, have you seen Ed and Eddie with like Ed doing like CPR to Eddie and just like blows him up like a balloon? It'd be something like that too.
I didn't see the Ed and Eddie of that, but I saw the SpongeBob of that.
Yes, kind of like that too.
Oh man. The girls gathered out by the connecting walkway between the two school buildings. The wind and rain violently whipped at their swimsuits. They were completely exposed to the elements here, and the elements seemingly had no mercy. Each of the girls shivered noticeably as they patted and rubbed themselves in a vain effort to stay warm. Just outside the walkway was a gloomy-looking forest that stretched back to who knows how far. It's a dim canopy of trees looking about as uninviting as can be. Oh!
Oh!
I'll just, yeah, in case you want to use that.
It seems a little spicy,
Yeah, probably.
but I don't know.
My god, Naomi is seriously packing some volume.
Yeah, she is back. I never realized.
Oh my god. You know what? I just remembered. They're all putting these on for Satoshi.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
こんな場所があるのね。あっちの校舎には行きたくないな。
Oh, and a nut button. Nut train is going.
Yeah, I figured. The door opened and both Satsuki and Sachiko emerged from it. So are you gonna— Oh my god!
やってるよ。
What? No! Ma'am, you're in middle school. Stop it.
This is not okay. What is going on? Yo, don't tell me Sachiko's also gonna be wearing one.
Oh god.
Satsuki leaned forward,
no.
thrusting her chest outward. We get it! You have tits! Thrusting your chest outward in the best approximation of a sexy pose she could muster.
さつきちゃん、何その格好。それのどこがビキニなのよ。貝殻ついてるだけじゃない。
Oh my god. Indeed, her swimsuit consisted of 2 white seashells for a top and 1 for a bottom, and nothing else. Yo, that is too much. This is too much.
Hurt myself
Today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real.
It just felt like that was natural. Like that needs to be sung right now.
The shape of her body was extremely easy to discern.
ちゃんと紐もついてますよ。肌色だから見えにくいけど。
Satsuki yanked on the strings, binding the 2 halves of her top together, seemingly to prove herself as much as everyone else that it was holding.
そういう問題じゃ。
I don't think that's the issue here.
Is she competing in the game? Is she also
No.
trying to get some...
I don't
Why
think
else
so,
would she
no.
be wearing, like, this isn't even a swimsuit. This is... Oh my god.
This isn't... I don't know.
I would expect something like this from a hentai or something.
水着の女の子がたくさん盛り上がってきましたね。
As if on cue, a cold wind blew across the walkway, lapping at everyone's skin.
そうかな。なんで司会実況のあなたまで着替えてるのよ。しかも。
Oh, she's asking the real questions.
もう帰りたい。寒いし辛い。やっぱりビキニやめればよかった。恥ずかしいよ。では皆様、お待ちかね。王様の登場です。
The king arrives.
どうですか、サトシ君。この女子たちのアデ姿。
Oh boy.
Oh no.
What the hell?! Why?! He's got the crown and the cape and everything!
Oh, that's amazing.
We're not even an hour in. We are not even an hour in, and this is already too much. Don't give me that Legend of Zelda bullshit. And his appearance was not what anyone expected. A mild commotion erupted.
サトシ、何その格好。
You tell me!
That's what we're wondering.
Why is Miss Yui just smiling like that?
She has a thing for capes.
Okay.
お兄ちゃん。
No capes.
持田くんすごい格好。
She's having the same reaction we are.
He just stood there, his face turning beet red. He was wearing a pair of trunks and a red cloak with a golden tassels draped over his shoulders and an enormous crown over his head. And upon his feet were a pair of red boots with matching gold tassels liberally dangling from the rims.
まさに裸の王様ね。
無理やり着ろって言われたんですよ。
Oh my lord.
ハーレムだから。やっぱり男の子は王様でしょう。
At least they gave us the decency to not make Sachiko wear a bikini. Can we thank the game for that?
Yeah, thank that much we don't have to see. All right, you know what, the middle schooler was, you know, the middle schooler wearing literal seashells is really not okay. And at least we don't have to see the actual 7-year-old in a bikini.
I am
I
happy.
think we
about
would
this.
have had to turn off the game at that point.
Yeah.
どこで知ったんだそんな知識。
Exactly. She's 7. Where does she know all this stuff? Satoshi's
Isn't she
shoulders.
like technically she's 70 though, right?
Well, how did she get anime in this dimension? Satoshi's
knows?
shoulders really couldn't have been more slumped. He looked utterly defeated.
ほら元気出して水着の女の子たちだよ
Children should not be talking like that.
さあ一人一人見ていってもらいましょう
え
もうみんな恥ずかしがりなんだからさつきが見本を見せてあげる
What are you doing?
サトシくんこの水着どうか
Oh,
What are you doing?
水着っていうか貝殻つけてみた。
なだから紐がついてるんですってちゃんと見てくださいよ
That is not the issue here.
Sachiko's like, yes.
Yes! All of you are going to the naughty horny corner when we're finished with this!
Yeah, that's her face. She's like, you're all permanent members
Of the
corner."
naughty horny corner! Satsuki followed this comment by immediately thrusting her chest. God damn it. By immediately thrusting her chest forward, placing it dangerously close to Satoshi.
触ってもいいですよ
Don't you dare, Satoshi. Don't you dare.
No, Satoshi looks like he's like, what?
だってサトシくん王様だか
Don't do it. I have the option!
You have the option. Can we play the train lollies game now? No.
I think I'd rather play the train. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I just get it over with?
Why not?
Oh my fuck. I'm actually about to push this button. Shoot me. Satoshi nervously swallowed. His stomach was purely butterflies at this point.
いいのかこんなことで。
No! Gingerly, Satoshi poked one of the shells with his finger. There was a sense of the shell cupping inward slightly, then pulling back out.
柔らかいな。
Oh god, what have I done?
FBI, open up!
Oh no! Oh no, what have I done?
何してるの
FBI, open up!
持田くん校内で不純異性行為は禁止
Hey, I'm the king.
持田くんってそういう人だったんだ
She's like, you know what? I'll still.
Huh?
She's like, that is messed
nice.
up.
It's like,
Please have my kids.
I'll poke the rest of you if that'll make it better. Satoshi came back to his senses all at once and realized the mood around him had shifted. His friends and classmates all thirsted for his blood now.
ああ嘘嘘あ悪魔のささやきが
Oh my god, they jumped him! They actually just jumped him!
さつきを呼んで大正解
Why is it still going? This should have been a bad ending. Satoshi, battered and bruised, managed to eke out a very thin, faintly voiced plea.
許してください。
Please forgive me.
まあちょっかい出してきたのはあの子だけど
No, don't tell me this is actually how we progress.
さつきちゃん中学生なんでしょ色っぽいわね
Yuka looked down at her chest objectively.
Oh.
年なのにゆかとは全然スタイルが違うねえ持田くんにああいうことするのやめてくれるはああゆみなん サトシ君はみんなのものだよ。みんなでめでよう。
I want to punch her in her throat.
Right?
あゆ
I
みな。
would have sworn this is gonna cause a bad ending.
Ayumina?
それじゃあさつきのお手本を参考にどんどんアピールしていきましょう。ほら、ゆかち。
You know what? Fine. Let's get the worst out of the way. Get the worst of it out of the way. Satsuki pushed Yuka forward from behind, forcing her to confront her brother.
お兄ちゃん、似合ってるかな。
No. Go away.
No, go away.
初めてのビキニなんだけど。
ああ、いいんじゃないかってうわー
It fell off. Oh my fucking
yeah.
god, it fell off.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! Satoshi immediately averted his eyes while Yuka covered her chest with her arm. Oh my god!
あ
Why?
らあら、ちょっとサイズが大きかったみたいでビキニがずり落ちちゃったみたいですね。でも、ナイスアピール。
We had a Janet Jackson moment.
Oh, god. I want to cry more.
では同じくビキニのナオミさん。
We're gonna act like
This
nothing.
game is gonna make me cry out of pain.
The game is just gonna. She's just like,
I am
okay,
going to
she's
have
cried.
such-
Okay, next.
I'm gonna have such a migraine at the end of this. I'll be crying.
You're the next
ほら、照れてない
contestant.
で。
Who's next? Oh, Naomi. Slowly, hesitantly walked up to Satoshi. What's so funny? The two of them looked one another over more closely, and almost at the exact same time, they just couldn't hold it in anymore.
もう、サトシの格好面白すぎる。
なんだよ。でもまあ自分でも笑える。
マジックでヒゲとか描いたらいいんじゃないの？鼻の下に J のマー
A
クね。
mustache with magic marker. You know what this marker can do?
Oh, man.
完全にバカ王だな。ナオミの渡り廊下でビキニってのも結構笑えると思うんだけど。
Hey, you could be a real man and throw that warm, fluffy cape over her.
Right?
Just fuck already!
Mama Luigi would clearly win this bikini contest, by the way. He would be strutting his stuff. He wouldn't even care.
The last thing I want to imagine is Mama Luigi in a bikini. You know what? I'd probably be less painful than Yuka.
Right?
Neither Satoshi nor Naomi could stop. They both just burst out laughing from the very pits of their stomachs. As soon as they did, all the tension present among the other girls instantly melted away.
ほんとおかしいわよね。こんな不気味な廃校で水着でハーレムとか。
Yeah, you know what? It's worth laughing about.
傍から見たら
Right?
妙なサバトみたいに見えるかも。
Kishinuma walks right through the door. Hey, Sachiko, the toilet's back there. I don't know what's going on, but can I get in on it?
Avert your eyes.
消えてる。ああ、皆さんいい感じにほぐれてきましたね。それでは王様をゲットするのは誰か。ビーチフ
Well,
ラッ
looks
グ
like
対決
Naomi
開始で
is.
す。スタートラインに並んでください。
The whole gang moved as a group over to the white line drawn on the ground on the end of the walkway and took their positions as indicated.
全員うつ伏せに寝転んで手を顎の下に置いてください。
Huh?
Lie face
down.
down with your hands hand under your chin to prop your head up.
砂浜じゃないのに寝転ぶんだ。
You want them to lie down on the stone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be freezing.
意外ときちんとやるのね。冷たい。それでは皆さん、準備はいいですか？
Also, those seashells. You know, if it was on any other girl, it probably would have been nice, but not her. Not her.
はい、スタート。
Where are they going?
What is going on? Everyone shot to their feet as soon as they started the pistol. When did she get a starting pistol? Fired.
さあ、引き続き。
Are we questioning that out of everything that's going on right now? We're questioning the pistol?
誰がうまいよ。あの子、本当に中学生？なんか競馬の実況中継みたい。
Are we not gonna let...
おっと、優香選手、慌ててしまったのか、砂もないのに足を取られて転倒。これは痛い。
Oh,
That's gotta hurt.
that's gotta hoit.
I got $50 on Seabiscuit. They better win.
ナオミ選手、頭一つ抜け出した。
Okay, which... I've got like $50 on E-Cup. Who's Seabiscuit?
Seabiscuit, that's just my go-to horse name.
Okay.
She's making it like a horse announcement.
負けたくない。もし賞品がサトシのキスだったら、他の子にキスなんて嫌。次に出てきたのはおさぎの委員長、あゆみ選手。
Naomi turned to look, and sure enough, Ayumi was right alongside her now. She was laser focused on the road ahead, not even turning back to look at Naomi, nor say a word.
なんで委員長がこんなに頑張ってるの？
Just put two and two together.
うん。
もしかしてサトシのことが好きなの？ちょっとみんな早い。
You good, Miss Yui?
あのトウコって子はやる気がないし、やっぱりライバルはダッシュだわ。
Go, Naomi! Naomi put every last bit of energy she had into her feet, practically kicking the ground out of the way.
And blue shell incoming.
As she did, she swung her hands in increasingly wide arc.
それにしてもこの渡り廊下なんでこんなに長いの？状況によってぐんぐん距離が伸びる天神小学校の渡り廊下を選手たちが突き進んでいます。
What?
Oh, it's pretty much
Seriously?
like a cartoon.
ノー見てんじゃないわよ。
It's like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, you know, with Scooby-Doo. Like they're running down the hallway, and the hallway's like 500 feet one scene, and then like 5 feet next. Like Scoob!
このままじゃ負けちゃう。
Good.
転倒したゆかちと最初から走ってないトウコさんが全然レースに絡んでこないですね。どうしましょう、幸子さん。ちょっとルールを変えるわ。
What?
というと、サトシの身につけている王冠、マント、ブーツをそれぞれ一つずつゲットすること。
Oh no.
何もゲットできなかった最後の一人は大切にしてるもの一つもらっちゃおう。
Oh.
Oh no.
そんな。
Well, it's better if... Well, if they're horses, that they better not trip and break their leg, because it's just that's game over for them.
All at once, the three of them just bolted.
すっごい速い。
Satsuki leaned in and whispered into Sachiko's ear.
幸子さん、 しい文化祭にするんじゃなかったんですか?
This is fun culture.
Fun for me, not for... I didn't say about anybody else.
さっきのは冗談だよ。
Oh, okay.
そうなんだ。
Sachiko kept a smile on her face as she said this, and retained it afterwards as well. But it was impossible to know what she was actually thinking.
I was just gonna destroy him. Run, Satoshi, run!
Satoshi! Satoshi was standing at and serving as the goal, saw the throng of swimsuit-clad girls
never
running
mind,
at him with extreme vigor and was taken aback.
This is how I die.
Run, Satoshi!
Run, Rapito, run!
Satoshi began backing away. As he did, all the scary things that had happened to him at Heavenly Hosts began replaying in his mind. In this place, the slightest bit of unreadiness could result in a swift demise.
I mean, can you think of a worse death than just like getting destroyed by a bunch of girls, though? By white
Stabbed with scissors?
Death by waifus.
Can't stay here. Satoshi placed one hand at the door to the annex. And as luck would have it, it was locked. It wasn't locked. It opened with barely any effort. And with that, he leapt inside. Satoshi took a close look at his surroundings.
ここで動きがありました。なんとハーレムの主人公であるサトシ君が逃げ出したようです。
Sachiko is loving
どうなって
this.
しまうのでしょうか。
Satoshi quickly surveyed the two doors on either side of the building's entrance hall. He fled through the open door deeper into the building.
They can't get me in here.
They're girls!
That will be his logic, too.
The entrance to the building flung open, and continuous sound of footfalls ran through the halls.
サトシ君に続いて女の子たちも次々と別館に飛び込んでいく。
They actually sound like monsters.
Yeah.
The opposite direction!
In the corner now!
Satoshi's panic-addled mind, the affectionate calls of his female friends, might as well have been the roars of monsters. Satoshi yelled out, then began running once more, focusing every last survival instinct he had into his leg muscles.
これはラブコメというよりホラーになってきましたね。
That's what harems are.
Right?
サチコさん的にはこれどうなんでしょう。面白い。
It's the comedy in the romantic comedy.
Sachiko was clapping. She was clearly loving this.
オッケーのようです。
Satoshi began running up the stairs to the second floor. Naomi was right behind him, however, and she was sprinting so fast that she had to take 2 stairs at a time. Despite the bikini, she no longer felt the cold. She only felt the desire to win.
サトシ
Oh my
なんで逃
god.
げるのよ。
I don't know about you, but I like what I see. Hey,
You need to
DMad's
go to
got
the
the right
corner.
idea. I'll
You need
join
to go
this
to the corner.
train. I'll join this train.
Oh,
She called out to him from mere steps behind. But he wouldn't turn back to look at her. But he clearly did in the image.
yeah, look at it. He's like, oh god.
もうどういうことよ
Hey, Evergreen. She's a drawing.
だんだん腹が立ってきたんだけど大体なんでサトシが逃げ回るわけ
Because he doesn't know. Once
Freak him
Satoshi
out.
had reached the second floor, he burst through the door. At this point, Naomi just crossed the threshold from 1F to 2F herself. But she caught up quickly and had him cornered right by the girl's bathroom.
Oh, cornered.
Naomi leapt into the air towards Satoshi's back, arms outstretched, reaching for his cloak. But she missed.
Oh.
She misjudged the distance between herself and her target, so her hand grabbed a rather... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
サトシの水着
Now he's definitely running.
She had put considerable power into her grab, and thus encountered almost no resistance. Down they went. The scream she let out was more like a squeak, as if she needed to make noise, but knew she had to stay quiet and couldn't quite reconcile the two. The upper part of his buttocks were completely exposed, and her eyes could focus on nothing else. Hey, if it means anything, I don't... I like what I see. Then, inevitably, he lost his balance. As did Naomi. She fell towards him just as he fell toward her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. How does the space in between her boobs feel? Oh, he's got his trunks back. Good. Somehow, the physics of all this worked out in such a way that they were now staring into one another's eyes, lumped together in a heap on the floor.
Oh.
From an outsider's perspective, this must have looked as if it had happened intentionally, and they were about to enter a enter a lover's embrace.
サトシとこんな風に体を密着させたのって初めてかも
Are you sure? There was that one time you were almost choked out.
思ったよりずっとがっしりしてる
Oh, wow. She really does like what she sees.
柔らかい。何を考えてるんだ俺は。
You're thinking good thoughts, man. Get in there. Get your hands in there.
This is a Harlem, dude. Just roll with it.
I have had 4 games where you two have done nothing to each other. You get in there. Eat that up. Satoshi focused his attention on Naomi's face, which, although closer than had ever been before, had a familiar, calming effect on him.
ごめん。
私こそ
And nothing happens again. Both of them began to blush and turn their eyes to look away from one another. Just grab his crown, Naomi! Do it now! Ayumi was the next girl up the stairs. She must have been running hard enough to cause shortness of breath, as her chest was rising and falling a lot quicker than it naturally should have. As she beheld Satoshi and Naomi's predicament on the floor, her neck stiffened too. For all the world, it looked as if they were cuddling.
Oh,
Yeah, can you give
no.
them some alone time? Seriously, like,
You
fuck
lost.
off. No, like, seriously, fuck off. I've been waiting 4 games for them to actually make a move on each other. Fuck off, Ayumi.
Oh my gosh, GoldConnor said, imagine if we had an eye tracker for this stream.
Go away.
二人で
That's a
今まで
lose it.
何をしていたんだろう。
He took her virginity. He piped her so hard she fucking passed out. All right? Now get lost!
いつも気づいたら二人きりになって。
Oh, God, she's not leaving.
胸が苦しい。
You're not about to have a heart attack because he likes someone other than you, right? Within her
There's
bosom
another-
swirled a mixture of jealousy and irritation. Oh, no. Oh, no.
There's another,
Oh, no.
There's another person that likes you.
No, do you remember what... She's
Yeah,
not about to do
I
something
remember.
bad, is she?
I don't know.
And neither one of them seemed like it would let up anytime soon. They were competing, in fact, to see which would burn her heart the quickest. Oh, this is actually not good.
No good, not good.
She put both her hands on the sides of her head over her ears. Suddenly, very clearly in pain, Satoshi and Naomi instantly became concerned.
篠崎。
委員長、どうしたの？
Ayumi began shaking. Then all at once she opened her eyes wide.
Oh, it's that
Not
sound
again!
篠崎。
どうしたの？様子が変。
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Even the look on her face had changed. It was as if she'd aged several decades in only a few seconds. Satoshi and Naomi ran down the stairs as quickly as they could.
サトシ、どうする？まだ追ってくるよ。
They might not make it to the exit, so try and hide in the music room.
音楽室がある。鍵が開いてる。中に入ろう。
わかった。
The two of... Wait. Wasn't there something like really bad in this music room?
There was,
Oh, there was
I
just
don't remember.
there was just a girl in here, I think. The
Yeah,
two of them
that's just a
entered the
random
music
girl.
room.
どうしよ
ピアノの下に隠れるんだ。
Just as he said, the door to the room flew open.
どこだ？
う。こっちに来る。
静かに。暗いから簡単には見つからないはずだ。
yeah, shush, Naomi.
As if in direct defiance of that statement, however, Ayumi suddenly crouched down and looked directly at the two of them. Oh shit.
When you're playing hide and seek with your friend.
Okay, I guess I made the wrong choice. She grabbed Satoshi's shoulder with almost superhuman force and yanked him out from under the piano.
捕まえた。
しっかりしろ、篠崎。
Smack her. Just slap.
Yeah, that'll work. Satoshi pushed back against Ayumi, trying to break free from her grip.
Ayumi, you need a Snicker bar. You're not you when you're
篠
hungry.
崎。
He managed to put enough force into his push that Ayumi lost her balance. Oh no. Unfortunately, this caused her to
Ooh.
slam her head into the piano hard.
篠崎。
Oh. Oh, is she okay?
委員長、
Hopefully.
痛い。
Aww.
こ こは
She had a big frown on her face and was rubbing her head where it had impacted the piano.
篠崎大丈夫かすまない
何が
She was staring blankly at Satoshi.
記憶がないのかその体がぶつかった拍子に篠崎を突き飛ばしてしまったんだそれで頭を
Don't say it like
そう
that.
なのよくわからないけど町田くんが大丈夫ならいいやあコブができてる
Ugh, I hate those. You ever had one of those
Yep.
like massive bumps on your head?
Yeah, it sucks.
I got mine one time. Like I was at, I was like probably, I think it was like 10. I was at swim practice and some kids were being careless and one of them jumped into the pool doing a cannonball right on my head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
To say the least, it was terrifying.
本当か
That sounds terrifying.
うん
ここは天神小学校人の心を狂わせる場所だ追い詰められ別人のような一面を見せてもおかしくない行こうか
Satoshi, Naomi, and Ayumi all stood up and walked out of the music room together.
紆余曲折あって皆さんまた戻ってきましたねでもいいんですかそんなにまったりしていて
Do I actually keep like getting the choices for the good ending?
Yeah, I think we're accidentally getting every single one. I think that previous one, there was no bad ending. Not the music room. No, I mean the do we touch her or do we not? I think that had nothing to do with it.
Probably.
But I think that one might have had a bad ending attached to it.
1回戦の目的分かってます
Okay, just one of you grab the crown, one of you grab the cape. It's not that hard. The three of them were taken aback. They had gotten so caught up in the hunt, the end goal of the beach flag competition had totally slipped their minds.
そうよ
Oh no.
Take the crown.
There we go. Acting as quickly as she could manage, Naomi pounced upon Satoshi, swiping the crown off his head in one quick movement.
王冠ゲット
Got your nose.
Ayumi threw the same thing, albeit a moment later, she leapt at Satoshi and tore off his cloak. Ladies, I know you want me, but please slow down! As it was being stripped off his body, Satoshi spun in place dramatically.
取ったわよナオミさん、あゆみさん、ゲットおめでとうございますさて、残りの3人はどうなってるでしょうか
After a short while, the pitter-patter of frantically approaching feet became audible.
お兄ちゃん、いたやっと追いついたもう校舎一周しちゃったわよ
Yuka and Miss Yui approached Satoshi calmly, as if trying to edge closer to a deer.
もうなんでビーチフラッグが逃げるのよ
It's a special beach flag.
Hey, to be fair, I thought I was about to get crushed to death by tits.
すいませんなんか怖くて
Women are scary. Yui and Yuka each took one of Satoshi's boots off his feet.
シシド先生、ゆかち、おめでと
So now what happens to DMad's best girl?
I don't know.
う疲れたもうダメということは
Oh no. As if on cue, Toko finally made her way through the building's entrance.
残念ながら、トウコさん失格です
Toko looked only very slightly taken aback by
脱
this.
落者に与えられる罰とは。
Uh-oh. Grab his shorts, no!
Toko shot a dirty look over at Sachiko, obviously putting on a brave facade. This was believed, however, by the belied. This was belied, however, by the excessive shaking in both her arms and legs.
一回休みです。
Huh? What, that's it?
残念ながら、トウコさんは2回戦はお休みになります。
Huh?
アピールタイムが減ってしまいますね。これは辛い。なんだ、そんなこと。もう、どんな恐ろしいことが起こるのかと思ったじゃない。
She immediately fell to her knees on spot after hearing this, perhaps out of sheer relief.
大丈夫？
Satoshi seemed to think it was something more serious, so he rushed over to her side to check on her. She flashed a stiff smile.
安心しただけ。
Oh my gosh, GMad is throwing shade.
Oh, damn! Like I said before, she deserves much better than Satoshi and his 4-inch dick. When did you measure? When did you sneak up on Satoshi, unzip his pants while he was sleeping, just... All right, let's see. We got a measurement, 40? Okay, let me just take out that 0. All right, there we go. 4 inches.
Can you imagine a 40-inch?
Oh, God, that'd be disgusting.
I have it wrapped around my body. It just coils.
Sometimes I have to tie it in a knot when I'm flirting with people.
Oh. 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 No.
A dick tied in a knot and then it gets aroused. Oh my God, that'd be so painful.
No. No. Oh. What's this being done to us?
どんな怖い目に遭うかと思ってたけど、楽しい文化祭って本当みたいね。
ああ、そうだな。
Toko glanced over at Satoshi and saw the gentle look in his eyes. Immediately, she turned away and realized her face had gone red.
何よこいつ。どうしてそんな優しい目で見るのよ。
Just shut up and take it.
やだ。何や。
Let's put Siejax in the naughty horny corner for that one.
Hey, no, I control the naughty horny corner. Only I decide who goes over there.
I'm a permanent resident in there, aren't I?
Well, no, but let's see. Probably Yuka would be, and we'll keep DMad over there to keep her company. Toko shunted these new feelings deep down, unwilling to even entertain them. What? She likes him now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She
so
saw his
dumb.
gentle nature. And she's like, you know what? I'm horny now.
男なんて信用したらきっと裏切られる。本性を表すに決まってる。
What? What happened to her in these bad endings?
でもあの笑顔は信じてもいいかも。
DMad saying, why do I have to keep Yuka company?
Somebody has to, and it might as well be you. You pushed the nut button to this swimsuit on the middle schooler. It might as well be you. These girls, having completed their first round of this challenge, were all breathing rather raggedly. They were visibly exhausted to the point of collapse.
いやー、熱い1回戦でしたね。どうですか、幸子さん。もっと見たい。
Can you not be patient for 5 minutes?
はーい、今日の主役がこうおっしゃられてます。というわけで皆さん頑張りましょう。それでは2回戦です。次の舞台はなんと。
All right. So she's back in normal
みんな
clothes.
大好き保健室です。
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. No. No, not the nurse's office. Oh my god. Naomi was almost killed in that office.
Yeah.
やだ。あそこはすごく嫌な感じがする。
ナオミ、大丈夫か？
No!
It's the time for the sexy nurse outfits.
保健室ですごく怖い目にあった気がするの。
そうか。無理そうなら棄権して休んでおくか？
でも。
I was groped by my friend in that office as well.
No, she wasn't.
I got spanked in that office by my friend saying, "That ass though."
No, she didn't do that.
Remember? Yes.
No, she didn't spank her. She drooled over her, but didn't spank her.
I thought there was a smack. I thought she smacked her ass.
No.
She was drooling over.
Well, there was something in Book of Shadows, like, you know, I'm not gonna talk about it.
サチコ、今日は楽しい文化祭なんだろ？怖いことはないよな？
Sure, I could say it. I won't promise anything.
I don't know what it is, but something feels iconic about this. The two of the main characters and the main enemy.
Yeah.
ここにはみんなもいるし、何かあったとしても、今度は俺が守るから。
Yet you won't grab her when she's like, you won't go in when it was a perfect opportunity. Then again, Yumi came right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Satoshi.
They never really had a moment together.
No,
by
they
themselves.
did. They did though.
No, I mean truly by themselves.
Well, they
didn't
did
have a objective in front of them. It's not like they're just like chilling in a house.
I guess you're right. I mean, the closest I can think of was that one time, like at the end of the first game, where they had that, where they were looking at those messages Sachiko had sent from the dead.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, they were also looking for his sister.
No, those messages, like when they got back to the real world.
Oh, true.
Like that's the one time where they their lives weren't in danger.
True. Fair.
There was also that time before in the beginning of the game where he accidentally grabbed her boobs, but I guess that doesn't count either.
Yeah, but they were with all the friends. They just can't just start having sex in front of everyone.
Well, yeah, I didn't say they should have sex in front of everybody.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. These two just need to just get married already or something, for God's sake.
でもハーレムが見たいって言ってるんだから、あんな怖いことは起こらないはず。それにサトシのキスがかかってるし。
If she doesn't get this kiss, I swear.
どうしたナオミ？顔が赤いぞ。熱でも。
Yes. And the only cure is your spit.
I got a fever.
大丈夫。熱なん
And
て
the
ないから。
prescription is more cowbell.
Satoshi, please do the cute thing where you put your forehead against hers.
そうか。
Aww.
ならいいけど。
なんだかんだ言って優しいんだよね、サトシは。それでは移動します。保健室とは癒しの部屋、そしてこっそり二人の愛を育んだりもしちゃえる夢の場所。
Well,
Get in a little hanky-panky.
that might be how it is in anime, but in my school it was the auditorium. Did I ever tell you one of my friends caught two people in his school? One of them was sucking off the other.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, that happened. I think they were suspended.
I believe in my school it was in the middle of the football field at the 50-yard line.
Why would they do it right out in the open like that?
No, they did it at 10 o'clock at night.
And they were caught?
I think they were caught.
That's hysterical.
どれだけ海外しくサトシ君に尽くせるか、彼を言い寄せるかアピールしましょう。審査員はもちろんサチコさん。 さて癒しの天使となった4名が入場です。
As the door to the infirmary was opened, the first and really only thing that caught Satoshi's eyes was a line of fabulous girls in white.
Okay, this is. Let me just go out and say this is cuter than the bikinis.
Is this a joke? Is this a fucking joke? Why? Why is this happening?
Naomi's the only one that looks okay with this. Everyone else just like, okay, I'm just trying this.
Look, Miss Yui looks like, you know, she's just a regular school nurse. The other three look like they're about to perform an operation. I do not like where this is going. Satoshi couldn't help but stare, despite himself.
はーい、皆さん素敵ですね。まずは可愛いナース服のナオミさん。これぞ白衣の天使。
You're not wrong about that.
白いミニスカートに黒いニーソックスがセクシーですね。
Why can't we see the knee socks?
They're gonna rob. Oh my gosh, D-Man. They're gonna operate on Satoshi's 4-inch penis and make it 40 inches. They're giving it back to 0.
白スカと黒ニーソの間に見える白い肌。これぞ絶対領域。
Why do you have to cut it off right before that? I want to see the knee socks. Naomi was wearing a cosplay nurse outfit with a mini skirt that seemed to hang down only 20 centimeters above the knee, along with black knee socks. She was looking down at the floor, blushing furiously. She kept tugging at the hem of her skirt, trying to hide her thighs, but it was a futile effort. By all means, sweetheart, trust me. You show those thighs, you're going to get that man.
Oh my
では
gosh.
次、アユミ
Why does she keep calling her Ayumina?
I don't know.
ナ。ミニにニーソなんて邪道。正統派ナースを見よ。清楚とはこういうことだ。
As described, Ayumi was wearing an old-fashioned knee-length nurse's outfit, yet she still looked horribly embarrassed to be seen in it.
それでは、シシド先生。白衣をまとった助教師。
She looks like a Dr. Mario
保
character.
健医になっちゃいなよ。科学の先生でもいいな。
Like, seriously.
Or maybe it should be giving a lesson in chemistry.
Chemistry. Oh.
ミニのタイトスカートがセクシー。
Oh la la.
Ooh la la.
Ah.
Miss Yui was wearing a blouse and a tight mini skirt, but with a white doctor's gown draped over top.
白衣ってなんだか気持ちまで引き締まるわね。
Nice.
At least you're enjoying yourself.
そして、
Right?
これぞロリータ。ピンクのナース。
ロリータ
白いタイツ。
Lolita.
The pink nurse's uniform somehow made Yuka look even younger. What are you laughing at, you imp?
以上、4名で2回戦を争います。
Lolita.
So what in the hell are you guys gonna be doing to Satoshi? Oh, we gotta follow her. Kensuke.
Welcome.
では2回戦。
Welcome! The second round calls for... or is called...
癒されちゃおうよ。禁断の保健室です。
Why is this infirmary forbidden?
みんなのラブパワーでサトシ君を癒しちゃうよ。
Oh no.
今回は
Ayumi just jumps right on top
Who
of
are
him.
the people clapping, actually? Where is that coming from?
It's us! The studio audience!
点数は解放ポイントとラブポイントの2種類でそれぞれ10点満点です。2つのポイントの合計点で競います。一番得点の低かった1名が1回休みになります。皆さん頑張って。それでは1人ずつくじを引いてください。くじには番号が振ってあります。
When she said the word ticket, she held up what she had in her hand, which was a small stack of Sachiko Ever After paper dolls.
くじ
Welcome to Jackass.
紙人形に番号が書いてあるみたいね。何番が当たるかによってアピールが変わってきますからご注意。
Sasutsuki took out a box and stuffed the tickets into it, mixing them up a little for good measure. Each of the girls then slowly, hesitantly reached into and drew one of the paper dolls.
はい、皆さん引きましたね。では1番の人。
We are number one. Hey!
All right, Naomi's number one. That's right, number one girl.
1番手ということで皆さんのお手本になってくださいね。
We know you can do it, Naomi.
この勝負ではダミー人形を使います。
ダミー人形？
Yeah, that's you,
人
Satoshi.
工
You're
呼
the
吸など
dummy
の
doll.
練習に使う人形です。
Please don't be anatomical model Kizumi.
Oh, that would be funny.
No, it wouldn't.
Run, Rabbito, run!
The doll used CPR for practice.
ああ、あのマネキンみたいな。
幸子さんがダミー人形にいろいろ仕掛けますので、女の子たちは症状に合った手当てをしてください。ダミー人形サトシくんと思って大事にね。
You didn't tell me Sachiko was going to be part of this. So think of the dummy doll as if it were... Oh boy.
そして5分の制限時間内にうまく対処できないと。
She's gonna cut his freaking nose off. What am I supposed to do? Oh dear. Let me go get some hydrogen peroxide.
できないと。
サトシくんがだんだんとダミー人形と同じ状態になっちゃうので、みんな頑張って。
Huh?
はい、サトシくんはダミー人形のそばにいてくださいね。ナオミさんも近くに来てください。
Oh.
では、サチコさん、お願いします。
Sachiko sleepily nodded her head and snapped her fingers. What did she...
Oh no.
ダミー人形のお腹が裂けてる。
What?
Holy shit! The dummy's stomach had been torn to shreds with its bloody internal organs just hanging out from the wound every which way.
はい、ナオミさん、手当てをしてください。ほらほら、アピール。
He's about to die!
手当てってもっと軽い擦り傷とかじゃないの？
The dummy's blood loss was out of control. Naomi had no idea how to stop it, nor if she possibly could. The pool of blood surrounding the doll just kept growing and growing. Oh no.
サトシ、お腹が。
血が滲んでる。
This is like you start up a game, you don't do any of the tutorials, instead it's to the hardest difficulty.
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch? How could you be so nonchalant about this?
This is just terrible.
Naomi did her best to gather up all the guts that had spilled out of the gaping wound. Then stuffed them back into the dummy doll, carefully but hurriedly. The thick stench of blood was unavoidable. It hung in the air all around.
ダメ、お腹が。
He's going to die. Please, you have to try.
お腹が閉まらない。
Ugh.
Naomi stood up and looked over at the desk. It's gotta be like a sewing needle or something. She She grabbed something off of it, then turned to face the bed. Yanking the sheets off the bed, she focused her strength and tore them with surprisingly little effort.
何やら考えがある様子。どんな手当てが行われるのか楽しみです。
Naomi knelt beside the dummy. The item she grabbed from the desk was a stapler. And she was now using it to staple shut the wound in the dummy's stomach.
針と糸がないから対応したの。医療用ホチキス、スキンステープラーで傷口を止めるのを見たことがあるから。
Ugh, that sounds painful.
もちろんこれは普通のホチキスだけど。おお、ナオミさん物知りですね。そしてホチキスを使う決断力もす
What's
ごいです。
next? They're gonna have to attach the head back to his body.
God, please no.
サトシ、大丈夫？
No, he's dying.
The blood stain on Satoshi's stomach was bigger now. Naomi wrapped the dummy's lower body with the strips of sheets she prepared.
もう十分でしょ。サトシを直して。どうですか、サチコさん。面白かった。
What is wrong with you, chick?
She snapped her fingers.
サトシ。
Holy
That'll snap.
shit!
Wow.
Satoshi's clothes no longer even had a single speck of blood on them. Naomi hurriedly pulled Satoshi's shirt to check. Stop it with the Legend of
funny.
Zelda.
What did I say that wasn't funny?
No, I think he's talking to Sachiko.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, fuck. I didn't read that. Satoshi's stomach was smooth as silk. There wasn't a single cut anywhere to be found. Oh, thank God.
よかった。大丈夫みたい。
ナオミ?
Oh, she said. Okay, I was about to say, what did I say?
Naomi only then realized she'd been rubbing Satoshi's tummy the whole time. Oh.
Oh.
Her face immediately turned beet red. Oh, thanks, Frenzy. Her face immediately turned beet red, and she threw her hands back.
心配したんだ。
Naomi tried to hide her embarrassment by making a face. But this wasn't particularly effective, since in the next moment she suddenly burst into tears. Aww.
Oh.
Aww.
必死に手当てをしていたけど、
Oh.
ずっと不安だった。
Oh, I have to get a shot of that. That's
Yes,
so,
definitely.
that
That
is
is
so
cute.
That's precious.
This is probably the thumbnail.
Yes, this will be the thumbnail. I did everything I could for Satoshi, but I wasn't sure of my decisions even once along the way.
よかった。間に合って。
Well, those are way more than just knee socks. Those are thigh socks.
Mm-hmm. Seeing Naomi's tears, Satoshi gently laid his hands upon her head.
びっくりしたよ
Head
な。
pat.
俺は平気だぞ。ありがとうな。
They have now both saved each other's lives.
Oh.
Satoshi gently caressed her head. With tears continuing to stream down her face, Naomi thrust her head onto Satoshi's chest, desperate for his warmth and comfort touch. Aww.
楽しそうですね。
Go away. If you ruin this moment, I will... If you ruin this moment, Sasutsuki, I will drop kick you on your stomach.
今日はブレイク。どんな死に方をしてもちゃんとリセットされるから安心して。
So it's basically
それ
Mario
では
Party.
点数を見てみましょう。まずは解放ポイント。
Sachiko raised a small sign with a number on it.
8点が出ましたよ。10点満
8
点中8点
points.
です。これ
Nice.
は高得。どういうところがポイント
Not
でした
bad.
か？飛び出た内臓をうまく処理したところ。
That we're splooshing out.
Huh. That. Thanks, I guess.
ホチキスを思いつき、なおかつ実行したのはすごいですね。
Which was
必死だっ
pretty
たから。
cool.
Well, you did well.
続きましてはラブラブポイントです。
Sachiko raised the same small sign.
おお、これまた高得点が出ました。
Oh, another 8.
I mean, all right, yeah, that's fair.
16 out of 20.
安
Nice.
心したナオミさんがポロリとこぼした涙。そんなナオミさんを優しく撫でるというほんまかシチュエーションが高得点を叩き出したのでしょうか。
There were some malpractice suits that could happen. So that's why we're taking away 2 points. But
Don't
still.
ruin this for me!
合計16点。これはトップ通過の予感がします。さて、それ
Naomi
で
with
は2
16
番の
out of
方。
20 points.
All right, so.
私です。
Oh boy.
さあ、次はサトシ君がどんな目に遭うのでしょうか。
Will you stop being so happy about this?
俺またあんな恐ろしい目に遭うの？
Yep.
ハーレムなんだからちょっとくらい痛いのを我慢しましょう。
Bitch.
Is that true?
内臓が飛び出すかもしれなかったんだけど。
I mean, yeah, that can happen in time to time in
Okay.
harems. Well, not like your guts are leaking out of your own stomach, but more like they'll kick you in the stomach.
Oh, okay.
タチコさん、お願いします。
What's next?
Oh no.
人間の顔が赤くなってる。
Huh?
Allergic reaction.
Miss Yui put her hand on the doll's forehead.
ひどい熱。
Oh no.
あら、
Oh no.
そこは額に額を当てなきゃハーレム勝負ですよ。
Okay, that's easy.
生徒にそんなことを。
It's just
It's
the
a
temperature,
doll.
for God's sake. Miss Yui carefully carried the dummy over to the bed, where she was able to nurse it back to health more effectively.
頭が痛い。
Just as with the dummy, Satoshi's face began to get redder and redder by the second.
持田くん、頑張って。このダミー人形を看病すればいいのよね。氷や保冷剤があればよかったんだけど。
Miss Yui rested her hand softly on the dummy's forehead.
大変、熱がどんどん上がってる。これは40度近いんじゃ。なんとかしないと。
Oof.
Oh my god.
持田くん苦しそう。
Voices.
そういえば持田くんにはこの前看病してもらったよね。
Satoshi smiled.
看病なんてちょっとおかゆ作っただけですよ。
それもあるけど嬉しかったんだ。目が覚めた時持田くんがそばにいてくれて。
This is not the time.
First you fix them, and then you reminisce about the past.
ほら、私一人暮らしでしょ。まあモネがいるとはいえ、やっぱり病気になった時って心細いのよね。
Yeah, cat doesn't really
誰
help
かがそば
much.
にいてくれたっていうのがすごく嬉しかったの。それに持田くん優しいから。
普通ですよ。
何やらほのぼの、いい雰囲気ですね。ふん、私の時はお腹を裂いたっていうのに、今回は熱だけ？随分差があるわね。
Hey, you know what? You saved his life.
Mm.
喉が渇いた。水をください。
わかったわ。ちょっと待っててね。
Miss Yui stood up, but then was faced with a dilemma.
保健室に水がない。
Well, there's a sink right over there.
飲み物あ
Yeah.
るよ。
Uh-oh.
Sachiko cheerfully produced a plastic bottle and then handed it to Miss Yui.
Oh.
Oh my... Knowing her, it is poison. But... maybe.
ありがとう。もらうわ。
Miss Yui grabbed the plastic bottle and opened the cap. Satoshi was moaning in pain.
早く水をあげなきゃ。
We're about to
持ち
poison
だく
him.
飲んで。
Miss Yui held the lip of the plastic bottle to Satoshi's mouth. Satoshi took one gulp and held the liquid in his mouth for a moment.
Acid!
All of a sudden, he bolted up from the bed screaming.
何？
Satoshi was writhing in agony and a blackish red fluid dribbled down his chin. It looked very much like blood, but not fresh blood.
どうしたの？血？水を飲んだだけなのに。
Was it water?
I don't know. Miss Yui looked down at the plastic bottle. The liquid inside the bottle, which appeared clear before, was now some blackish red hue.
何これ？ひどい匂い。
The smell wafting from the open lid of the bottle was pungent. Like rusted iron mixed with decay, Miss Yui gagged a bit, forcing the urge to vomit. The hell did you do?
これは何？
Everything.
水じゃないの？さっきあそこで汲んできたな。
What?
あそこって
Last place.
大プール。
Oh! Oh! Pool? Oh my god, that is actually sick. Body pool. Oh god, the body pool where the blood and viscera of countless corpses intermingled with their rotting remains, held even by heavenly host standards.
ひどいよ。引っかかった。しっかりして、持田くん。
Well, he's dead.
Satoshi spit out what was in his mouth and vomited a bit more for good measure. Miss Yui then helped him back to the bed and laid him face up to recover.
ごめんなさいね。
Tiny beads of sweat were forming on Satoshi's forehead. Miss Yui took out a handkerchief and quietly, gently wiped them away.
不思議ね。
Yeah, you're not winning this. You're not gonna get a 16.
こうしているとなんだか落ち着く。そう、司くんといる時みたい。変ね。全然似てないのに。何？寝言か。かわいい。
Miss Yui smiled and began gently stroking Satoshi's forehead.
何よ。まるで恋人同士みたい。
Naomi is so
She's jealous.
she is so unamused by this situation.
And Yumi's like,
How am I going to how am I gonna have this bitch taken out?
yeah, she's like, she's trying to figure out some kind of charm to, or like a hex or something.
やだな。風邪で寝込んでいるサトシの看病、そういうのは私がやりたかった。それにあの先生の顔、まるで恋人を見つめる目だ。相手は生徒だっていうのに勝手にやってれば。
Naomi spun around in a bit of a titsy, but her wide hips knocked a small bottle off the desk behind her.
Uh-oh.
Oops. The glass bottle broke, and clear liquid therein came pouring out. The liquid flowed down and imperceptible crevice in the floor all the way to the bed. Huh? Then all of a sudden, the sodded out space heater in the center of the room came roaring to life. A fire sparked out of nowhere in the chamber. Yuko had been leaning against the stove, yelped and jumped backwards at the sudden appearance of flames next to her. As a result of this movement, the heater toppled over, lighting the spilled fluid on the ground in the process.
Oh, snap.
Whatever was in that bottle evidently had a rather high alcohol content. The flame quickly traveled down the path left behind by the spilled liquid, like a cartoon fuse heading to a cannon.
Oh, snap.
Once it got to the bed, it immediately kicked its way up the sheets, setting the entire bed ablaze. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And the dummy doll lying there was utterly engulfed, almost instantaneously.
まさしく二人の愛が燃え上がっています。大変。お兄ちゃん、持田君、しっかり。水は蛇口をひねってるけど、もう水出ないの。叩いて消すわ。
The infirmary was an absolutely din of screams at this point. Little bitch.
Oh my god.
そろそろ消した方が良さそうですね。炎が壁を登ってますし。
Huh? Sachiko snapped her fingers. And just like that, the fire was gone.
ちょっとしたハプニングもあり、大変見応えがありましたね。それでは点数をお願いします。まずは解放ポイント。
Well, we give you a 1 because your patient burst into flames.
はあ、9点が
A 9?
9?
What? How? Like, actually, how?
まるで新婚さんみたいでよかった。
Wow.
なるほどなるほど。海外しく世話をし、初々しさもあり、さすが大人の女。見事な若妻っぷりでした。さあ、ラブラブポイントはどうでしょうか。
Oh. Held up another sign.
5点です。
Oh.
厳しい。
Ouchies.
もっとラブコメっぽいところが見たかった。
Damn IGN reviewers.
あの場面でなぜ口移しをしなかったのか。
Mouth to mouth. He didn't say he was hungry.
恥じらいがあだになった模様。合計点数は14点。現在2位。さすがに生徒相手にはね。
IGN reviewers versus user reviewers be like. It's a
So
9.
true.
It's a 5.
さて、それでは3番は誰ですか？私よ。
Move out of the way, mediocre game reviewer. Mediocre?
No, that is actually the face Ayumi has right there. Move out of the way, mediocre game reviewer.
Mediocre? He does have the determined look that SpongeBob had when he was delivering.
Oh
that
my
too.
god, I have to make this. I have to make that meme now. I'm gonna hit up Lady Chan after this stream is over. It's like, yo, I got a great meme idea.
Oh yeah, capture this moment to get a screenshot of this.
Okay, I'll snap a screenshot so I remember what's happening. You know what? For added bonus, I'll go ahead and there we go.
おお、あゆみーなの登場です。自信のほどは？ないけど。
Oh boy.
That a girl.
でも非常時にこそ冷静に全力を尽くすわ。
Oh, she looks determined.
さすがは委員長、頼りになりそうです。
もう限界だよ。
Satoshi, shut
何
up.
ですか、サトシ君。ちゃんと元通りになるんだからいいじゃないですか。
No.
It's like Deadpool.
ほど痛い
I'm
し
still
苦しいん
feeling
だ
the
けど。
pain.
喉元すぎればなんとやら。男性ならショック死をしてしまうと言われている陣痛の痛みも出産後は忘れてしまうと言います。
I feel like I'm about to die every 5 minutes. You'll get over it.
Don't worry about it.
だからサトシ君も大丈夫。
Two more
トラ
times.
マとか PTSD って言葉知ってる？
Oh, those don't exist.
Sasuke just smiled and let Satoshi's comments pass right through her.
Just like those don't exist.
Sachiko nodded drowsily yet again and snapped her fingers yet again.
And no snap.
The door to the infirmary suddenly rolled open with clatter. Ah!
Oh no, it's him. It's your boy.
Not good.
Yoshikazu.
And in walked Yoshikazu to an litany of horrified screams from startled onlookers. It certainly stood to reason they'd scream too. He was, after all, a rather creepy-looking giant of a man wielding a massive blood-stained hammer.
It's your
お
boy.
楽しみゲスト、吉勝さんの登場です。
Leave! Yoshikazu let out a slight groan and hobbled his way over towards where Satoshi stood. Yo, he's about to break his leg.
Yeah.
Ayumi could feel her body freezing up in fear, and her teeth were chattering.
やめて。
It was like this meek request had been wrung out of her. She could barely get out even a single syllable without tremendous effort.
持田君に近づかないで。
She just-
Ayumi stepped between Yoshikazu and Satoshi, determined to protect her charge at all costs.
やれ。
Ayumi stood no chance. Yoshikazu pushed her aside like it wasn't even there. Then he approached the dummy doll and raised his hammer. Oh boy.
Oh!
With his first swing, he directly struck the dummy's legs hard. They didn't just break, they twisted and contorted in entirely unnatural directions.
Oh!
Oh no. Yoshikazu's hammer was then brought down again, and again and again, mercilessly striking the dummy over and over.
もうやめて。あれはダミー人形。だけど、あの苦しみは持田君に行くんだ。もし私が失敗したら。
Before she knew what she was doing, Ayumi leaped onto Yoshikazu and began grappling with him.
There you go, girl. Oh snap. She fell.
Too weak. Again, with little effort, Yoshikazu managed to shake her off, rather violently, tossing her to the floor in the process.
いいよ、デクノボ。
His duty fulfilled, the beast swiftly turned and sauntered out of the infirmary once more. In his wake, he left the dummy doll thoroughly smashed, arms and
無
legs.
残な姿になったダミー人形。制限時間内に手当てできなければ、サトシ君がこの姿になってしまいます。
Oh god.
あゆみーな。手当てに取り掛かるわ。
Ayumi scurried over to the large cabinet against the wall.
包帯、ガーゼ、それに何か添え木になるもの。
Yeah, can we
Oh,
have our
there you
damn
go.
supplies for this? She opened the cabinet door.
瓶ばかりで包帯がない。ハンカチでなんとか。あ、机の上に定規がある。
足が。
Oh. Satoshi's legs had turned red and were beginning to swell. Ayumi felt the pulpy mess that used to be a set of legs on a dummy doll.
まずは骨の位置を元に戻さないと。
Oh god.
Oh.
This is gonna be painful. Gently after sussing out the general shape and position of one of the doll's legs, Ayumi wrapped both hands around it. She pulled with every last ounce of strength she could muster.
添え木を当ててハンカチで縛る。
Ayumi carefully asphyxiated the ruler in place.
右足はこれで大丈夫。あとは左足と両手。
Ayumi continued to rush frantically, trying her best to address as many of Satoshi's wounds in the time allotted as humanly possible. How is this supposed to be a romantic comedy?
Can't you see the comedy here?
堀田君。
痛みがひどくなってきた。
I'm turning into a bear.
痛み。
Ayumi had performed what was essentially advanced first aid, but it just then dawned on her she had done nothing about the account to Satoshi's pain.
ごめんなさい。私。
篠崎、いいんだ。俺なら。
持田君、辛そう。せめて痛みを和らげてあげられたら。
Idea?
そうだ。
And then she just
ポケットに潜水があ
punches.
る。
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Ayumi produced the bottle from her pocket of her nurse's uniform, which she transferred over from her high school uniform when she got changed. Naho Sanoki, whom she respected quite a lot, had been selling these bottles through her
あ
website.
なたの願いが叶います。ナホさんはそう言っていた。
Ayumi opened the
Who
bottle.
would lie on the internet?
Gee, I don't know. At this point, winning this competition and scoring a kiss from Satoshi was the furthest thing from her mind. She just wanted to spare him from his suffering. That was all that mattered.
飲んで。これ清水なの。もしかしたら痛みが消えるかも。
No, no more water.
篠崎のおまじないグッズか。
そうだ。自分のおまじない。そのせいでみんなはこの天神小学校に。
A mixture of feelings were swimming around within her head now. A storm of repentance and regret. Ayumi took a deep breath.
後悔しても始まらない。今この瞬間を打開することだけ考えよう。飲んでみて。
Ayumi poured the holy water into Toshi's mouth and slowly and carefully. Aren't you not supposed to drink holy water?
I mean, I guess you can drink it. It's mainly used to kind of like get rid of demons.
Yeah, but I don't know.
どう？
Tastes heavenly.
なんだか痛みが。
Ayumi's eyes lit up as though she may have helped Satoshi feel better, but before he could finish the sentence, Sachiko snapped her fingers and everything more or less reset.
サチコさん？
Huh?
Oh, she is pissed.
Oh! Oh, shit! Maybe we should have thought about that a little more.
変なものを使ったからやめさせた。どうやら聖水の存在が気に入らなかったようです。はゆみーな、お疲れ様でした。
Oh, she
ま
is
さかの
so
吉勝
pissed.
さんの登場で盛り上がりましたね。それでは点数をお願いします。まずは解放ポイント。はあ、残念、6点です。
Got a 6. Ooh.
普通だった。まあ、折れた骨を正しい位置に戻して固定する常識的な措置ですね。
What do you want? His limbs were smashed. Jesus Christ. It's all because she used damn holy water.
さあラブラブポイントはどうでしょうか
It's probably pretty high. Yeah,
ラブラ
I
ブポイント
figured.
としてはこれまでの最
She
高得
did
点
cheat for him.
Okay.
レクノボーから守ろうとするところが良かった勇気ある行動が点数につながったようです合計点数は15点
Oh,
現在
she is
2位
1 point off from Naomi. That was close.
Oh, wow. She's
現
in
在のところ
second.
トップはナオミさんそしてピンチですシシド先生ここでシシド先生が脱落してしまうのかはたまたそれともとうとうラストです最後はユカチです
Uh-oh, what is Yuka gonna do?
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Yuka nervously stepped forward.
さあ次はサトシ君がどんな目に遭うのでしょうか
If Yuka wins, the universe ends.
これで最後だと思って耐えるか。
I mean, true.
サチコさんお願いします
Let's see. And reflexively, Satoshi tensed up, putting himself on guard. He knew whatever awaited him wouldn't be good. Slowly and steadily, a rope that ended in a noose lowered itself from the ceiling, draping itself around the dummy doll's neck.
Oh, this is a corpse party classic right here.
The noose tightened itself, then began lifting the dummy doll into the air.
さあユカチ急いで出ないとサトシ君が苦しむよ
首が締め付けられてきた。
どうしようどうしたらいいの
Get the doll down!
That's what you have to do. Not so tight, News Chan. What the hell is wrong with you, D-Man?
God damn it, D-Man! Yuka frantically started glancing all around the infirmary for anything she might be able to use.
椅子がある
With the chair, Yuka was able to support the dummy, but she couldn't quite undo the rope.
どうしようこれ使って
Toko produced a big pair of scissors from somewhere.
これ
Well, of course.
ロープも切れそう
Of course she has the scissors.
ありがとうございますでもどうしてハサミなんか持っているんだ
Stop asking questions!
お兄ちゃん待ってて
Yuka climbed up on the chair, stood on her tippy toes, and stretched her arms up to the ropes, which then handedly cut using Toko's scissors. The dummy doll fell to the ground in a heap.
お兄ちゃんしっかりして
Yuka forcefully shook the dummy doll. Yeah, that's gonna kill him.
Yeah, don't shake the doll.
Satoshi's entire head looked bloodshot, and the only sound he was able to make was a throaty hiss that sounded decently uncomfortable.
お兄ちゃん
Ugh.
ちょっと
Or
待ってて
decidedly, I don't know.
兄ちゃん
He didn't answer. His red eyes protruded from his skull, open but then unseeing.
お兄ちゃん息してない
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Oh no. Please no. Yuka began convulsing despite herself.
そんな確かに今までは傷を元通りにしてたけどもし死んじゃったら生き返してくれるの
Yuka turned to look at Sachiko as if seeking to intrude an answer from her. Sachiko was smiling widely back at her.
私前に幸子ちゃんに会ってる
This is really not the time.
その時に、裏切られた気がする
CPR.
助
CPR.
けなくちゃ
No, that's his sister.
Yeah, I know.
Yuka placed the palms of her hand.
CPR.
Oh.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
She
Either
began
do
pushing
sting
down all the force she could muster.
見よう見まねだけど心臓マッサージ
You either do it the compulsions to staying alive, or another one bites the dust.
What? That's how you do CPR?
Yeah, you have to do the chest compressions at a steady, I think it's 120 beats per minute, which is the same as either staying alive or another one bites the dust.
Huh,
ゆかちゃん
interesting.
頑張って
You gotta do 30 chest compressions, and then if you want to, you can do mouth to mouth. You don't have to. The chest compressions are the most important part.
Okay. Yuka, keep it up. She kept attempting CPR on Satoshi.
どうしよう息を吹き返さない
Ah.
人工呼吸どうやるんだっけ
You only do mouth to mouth if you feel comfortable doing so.
I mean, someone's life is on the line, so... Forget
鼻をつままん
comfort.
だったっけ
If someone's gonna die and I know how to save him, I'm gonna save him.
何秒の
Right?
1回とかあったよね
No, it's the compressions that's the most important part.
うんふん。
どうしたらいいの
Yuka began sobbing uncontrollably.
お姉ちゃん
God, shut up. Just then, Satoshi started coughing violently. Somehow or another, he'd come back. Thank God we didn't have to see the mouth to mouth.
Right?
Yuka immediately threw her arms around her newly resurrected brother.
よかったサトシよかった
The onlookers all breathed a sigh of relief as well.
麗しい兄弟愛ですね幸子さん面白かった
Oh my gosh, of course you would find it funny.
Sachiko snapped her fingers.
助け合いありドッキリあり見どころ満載でしたね
Tour de force? Okay, whatever that
それ
means.
では点数をお願いします
I think like a little bit of everything.
Sachiko raised her sign.
おっときたー
A 9!
Are you fucking kidding me?
いろいろ工夫して助けようとしたところが良かった
She really didn't?
She just cut the rope and then CPR'd.
協力プレイも織り込みつつハラハラさせられましたもんねさあラブラブポイントはどうでしょうか
9?
Oh,
これ
really?
また9点ですとい
The
うこと
universe
は
ends.
This is disgusting. Sachiko, you're a freak. Not that you already weren't one.
合計18点
Go fuck yourself. 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 Go fuck yourself!
ありがとうございます
Get in the naughty horny corner!
そして残念ながら最下位はシシド先生次回はお休みです
Bye, teacher.
悔しいそしてトウコさんが復活さあ皆さん次の場所に移動です
Uh...
では理科室にて3回戦です最終アピールタイ
Oh, no, not the science lab.
The science lab.
ム皆さん張り切っていきましょう
I can't believe an elementary school has Bunsen burners.
It's insane. Although I think I used a Bunsen burner, not in elementary school, but middle school.
You know, ours were set up for Bunsen burners, but they never let us use them. We only got to use Bunsen burners in high school. Once. What now?
ご主人様に尽くしますメイド対決
The Maid Showdown.
What? Make
It's
it
maid
stop.
time, man.
Make
It's
it stop.
maid time.
メイドお掃除とかするの
Yes.
No, Yuka. That's not what
メイド
this
喫茶行って
means.
みたい。
Why? This is supposed to be a romantic
Maid cafe, man.
This is so painful. This is almost as painful as blood drive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Holy crap. Get more Sheik in here.
Just do it.
ああ、そっちのメイド。幸子さんがリアルでメイドを見たいとご所望です。
Go hire one.
なんだか嫌な予感がするんだけど。
I have a bad feeling about this.
どうにでもしてください。
Oh, you're not
Spare
gonna
us
be a maid.
all. After having been chased all over creation and brought back to the brink of death numerous times, Satoshi was quite thoroughly exhausted.
あらあら、ご主人様がお疲れのようですよ。
Yes.
4人のメイドがご主人様にご奉仕。 それでは皆さんにお着替えしてもらいますね。行くよ。
With the snap of her finger, the four challengers suddenly found their bodies wrapped in a glowing white light.
かわいいメイドさんの登場です。
What?
Suddenly, the four girls were all standing before Satoshi wearing four different types of maid outfits.
Very different types.
いわゆるスタンダードメイドですね。濃紺のワンピースに白いエプロンドレス。
That's adorable.
Okay, that's cute. I'll give him that. That is cute.
Yes.
続いてアユミー
Oh,
ナ。由緒正しきビクトリアンメイド。濃紺のロングドレスが清楚です。
that's
キ
also
ャルティエ
cute.
カチューシャも素敵。
All right, I'll give him like that the little cap on her head.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of cute.
そしてトウコさんがパンツが似合うようなマイクロミニ。
You have got to be kidding me.
Also cute. In a different type of way.
Her micro mini is. Wait, her micro mini is so tiny you can almost see her panties.
What?
Why does she get the super erotic one, poor thing?
水色と白のアリスカラーがお似合いのユカチ。絵本から飛び出てきたみたいですね。
Yeah.
Sachiko clapped her hands. She seemed to be really enjoying this.
口を開けたままのサトシくん、いかがでしょうか。
Just pick Naomi, please.
可愛いと思います。
ご主人様は大喜び。つかみは OK ですよ皆さん。では机の上にあるものを使ってご奉仕しちゃってください。スタート。
At Suzuki's urging, Naomi, Ayumi, Yuka, and Toko each reluctantly examined their items on the desk in their science lab. They consisted of a serving tray with a silver lid, a teaspoon, an ear pick, and a nice suit. What?
これはどうしよう。
This should be the thumbnail. No. But get a screenshot. I mean, it is a candidate. Okay, I'll give you that. It is a candidate.
Yeah, I'm overruling. We're going with Naomi as nurse.
I think the nurse is the best one.
Flashing a sidelong glance at the other three, as they stood in place, Ayumi darted forward and grabbed one of the
ま
items.
ず動いたのはアユミーナだ。手にしたのはスーツ。
Get undressed. That's what she's thinking.
There is no meme. Take off your clothes. Ayumi took a look at the suit she nabbed.
スー ツを選んだのはいいが、どうすればいいのか困っているようです。も
Oh,
ち
you
ろ
know
ん
what
お
to
着
do
替えを
with
手
it.
伝うんですよ。
Oh! You've got to be fucking kidding
着
me.
替え？
そうですよ。まず服を脱がせて。
脱ぐのか。
Satoshi looked flustered, but he didn't see that he had much choice. He began undoing his buttons.
違います。あゆみーのがやるんですよ。
Oh my god, this is gonna get... Naomi's gonna get so jealous.
Yeah. Oh.
Ayumi's face turned beet red.
そんなことできないよ。
Oh, come on, we all know you want to.
You want to.
We
I just
all
know it.
know you want to. It's not gonna get you anywhere, but we all know you want to.
スーツを選んだのはあなたですよ。ほら。
What? Oh my god, she's actually going in.
Yeah.
Ayumi
she's doing
hesitated,
it.
but after a few moments, she slowly and gingerly reached her hands towards Satoshi.
持田くん。ご主人様でしょ。
Oh, this is getting...
ご主人様。
Oh my god.
This is getting kinky.
Look at her face!
There's no end. There's
There's
just suffering.
no end to this. It is just suffering.
We're all suffering now. I agree, Shadow. I agree.
お召し替え
I'd
く
be
ださ
okay
い。
with this if his sister wasn't here. You know what? That's true. We all know Yuka's going to have to do something eventually, and if Yuka wins this challenge, I'm gonna throw something.
Mm-hmm. I would accept Ayumi winning.
Same. Right, wait, no. No,
No,
only
if the
Naomi
main-
can win.
No, if it means Yuka not winning, I will let Ayumi win.
Yeah, okay. I prefer Naomi to win, but if it means no Yuka, then by all means Ayumi.
篠崎、やっぱり俺自分でやるから。
Tell it to Sachiko. And so he did. Without waiting for confirmation, Satoshi yanked off the shirt from his school uniform in silence. Although he was wearing a blue t-shirt underneath, Ayumi still averted her eyes as soon as she realized the shirt was indeed coming off.
ダメですよ。メイドさんにやってもらわないと。
いや、本当にいいって。
Too bad. Before giving anyone a chance to object, he grabbed the dress shirt from his suit and hurriedly put it on.
じゃあメイドさん、ネクタイを締めてあげて。え？
You can do that much. Ayumi held the navy blue necktie in her hand. She draped it around Satoshi's neck very gingerly. But that's where her movement stopped.
ネクタイってどう結ぶんだっけ？
Oh boy.
Honestly, I don't really know.
まず両
Just look up on Google how to tie a tie.
My father taught me how to do this one time, and I think I remember how. But I'd have to test it to be sure.
輪っかを作って通すんだよね。
You're getting a
gonna
little
strangle.
too... She's getting a little too comfortable right there.
It's gonna strangle him.
あれ？
Ayumi tried her best to tie Satoshi's tie, but just wound up creating a square knot.
どうしよう。
Ayumi lifted her hands from what she was doing, still confused as to how to tie this thing, only to realize just how close she was to Satoshi's face.
Oh.
Now you care. She quickly took a step back. She'd been so close she could actually feel his breath.
こんな近くで持田くんの顔見たことない。
篠崎、あとは俺がやるから。
Satoshi and Ayumi's hands touched. Ayumi, flustered, quickly withdrew hers.
ごめん。
あらあら、初々しいですね。もうそろそろいいでしょ。ほら、サトシじゃない。ご主人様。
Ooh.
Naomi
tea
had
time.
chosen the teapot.
お茶をお入れいたします。
ああ。
She sat down a beaker in front of it. You're kidding me. They're not even gonna give her a proper set? They're gonna make him
Nope.
drink out of beakers?
Yeah.
That is so dangerous.
Danger is heavily host's
ティーポッ
middle
トがある
name.
のに。もう
Steaming
Black
hot
tea.
Black tea. Yum.
I
Tea is
really would have.
awesome,
I
dude.
really would have rather it been green tea because that I can at least tell if it doesn't have poison or not.
はい。
Green tea's good too. Both of them are good.
I've never actually had either.
You never had like sweet tea
あり
even?
がとう。
Nope, I've never been well, I mean, I've had a couple teas in the past. I've never really liked tea. I guess
Huh.
I need to find a way. I need to find a way that actually tastes good to me.
I can give you a pretty good recipe. We do a good, like, kind of sweet southern style tea. It's not super sweet, but it's pretty good.
Satoshi slowly, nervously raised the beaker to his lips.
Hot,
ごめん。
dude.
熱すぎた。
Satoshi set down the beaker.
ほらほらメイドさん。ふうふうですよ。ふうふう。
Foo
ふうふう
foo.
って何？
The hell is foo foo?
息をかけて冷ましてあげるんですよ。アピール。
Satoshi, you better drink that tea. Naomi's face did what all the faces had been doing for a while now and turned red.
そんなことなんでやらなきゃいけないのよ。
Because you're a maid. That's
あな
just
たがメイドだからです。
because
There you
you're
go.
the maid.
Sasuke's blunt answer caused Naomi to shrink back a little.
わかったわよ。
Foo foo.
Naomi picked up the beaker.
はい、サトシ。じゃなくて、ご主人様。
ありがとう。
You want to feel like a like you're really important? Go to a tea party, like an actual tea time type thing that has little sandwiches and desserts. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah, like I want to fly out to the UK just to feel important.
Well, there's a hotel in Denver that does these tea time type things. You get all dressed up.
Like I want to go all the way out to Denver just so I can get dressed up and go, no, oh, this Wall Street, oh, no.
It is so relaxing, dude. The last time I was there was a guy playing the piano that, I kid you not, looks just like Bernie Sanders. I thought he took a break from his campaign trail to play some music for us as we drank tea.
Did he talk like him too? Oh yes, oh this Wall Street, oh yeah.
I didn't talk to him. I don't know for sure if it was or was not Bernie Sanders.
There's no way it was Bernie Sanders.
I know. It looked like him though. Like it looked.
Bernie Sanders, initials BS.
But
Yes,
no, but
okay,
seriously,
I
it
would
was
like my
fun.
crumpets now.
The scone is really good. I have done.
Yes, this scone is really good. Okay, Hillary Clinton's email. Let's all right. Let's not go any. Let's not make this political. Okay. Naomi's slightly taken aback by Satoshi's smiles.
特別だよ、こんなの。
Oh, you like dressing up as a maid and serving him. Just admit it.
Oh my God, yes. Naomi suddenly started spouting off some rather flippant lines. Without knowing it, she turned tsundere. Satoshi downed the entire beaker of tea.
おいしい。ほっとするよ。
それはようございました。
What Oh.
Satoshi found himself unable to contain himself at the sound of Naomi speaking in such strained formalities. He let a small sputter laugh slip. Naomi instantly followed suit.
やっぱりサトシといると楽しい。
Screenshot time.
Say what you will, this chapter's gotten us a lot of
いい匂い
screenshots.
がするな。
お兄ちゃんじゃなくてご主人様。
Okay, when you say it's not cool. Everyone else saying it's kind of sexy. You, not so much.
No. Ugh. Yuka, wearing her Alice-colored maid outfit, was standing next to Satoshi. Yuka had chosen the silver platter.
It's an omelet.
Aww.
オムライス？
メイド喫茶の人気メニューですね。
そうなの？
はい、ゆかち、ケチャップでアピールして。
Some ketchup. No.
Hey, you know what?
Salsa.
At least it's not mayonnaise, because we all know what would have happened after that, and it would have been disgusting.
You put salsa on an omelet, not ketchup.
Congratulations.
Salsa gives you a little bit of spice.
I don't know. Put some. What is it? Cajun spice on it with ketchup. I don't know.
Ooh, I mean, I put a little bit of Cajun seasoning on it. And
You know
then
what? I've
some
never really
medium
liked
salsa.
omelets, but Cajun spice on an omelet might work.
It's really good. Really good stuff. There's this blend that is sold on stores that's like a Louisiana blend. It's so good. It's really good on eggs. You should try it.
What is she doing? Yuka had drawn something on the egg using ketchup.
Put a little smile. Oh, it's a heart! Okay, that's cute.
Stab it to make it look like blood.
It's already
ず
bleeding.
いぶ
though.
んでっかいハートマークだな。
Satoshi was smiling despite himself. The heart on the omelet was so big it even spilled out onto the plate.
ありがとう。いただくよ。
Can you please just be a normal younger sister for 5 seconds?
ゆかがやるの。
Do not pre-chew it. Do not pre-chew
No.
it. Do not pre-chew it. Yuka scooped up a small portion of the rice omelet with a spoon. Then she held that spoon up to Satoshi's mouth. She's already won.
いや、
Yeah, she's
それはさすがに恥ずかしいかな。
ふうもしてあげるよ。
to the foo-foo.
Make it stop.
さすがお兄ちゃん大好きっ子ですね。すっかりこの状況を楽しんでいます。ポイント高い。はい、ご主人
The chat just ah!
Satoshi forced a bitter smile, feeling he had in response just to how Yuka was trying here.
わかったよ。
Resigning himself to his fate, Satoshi opened his mouth and shut it down on the entire scoop.
うまい。
Yuka was so happy she started clapping.
もう一口。あ、ちょっと待って。
This stream is brought to you by the letter A. Yuka lowered the spoon and raised the other hand.
And punches him in the face.
Lowered the spoon, raised the other hand. Huh? What did...
What?
もうケチャップついてるよ。
She
Oh,
did
it was-
not. She did not just
She
lick his
wiped.
mouth.
No,
Didn't-
I think she wiped it with a napkin.
With her finger, she wiped the
Oh.
ketchup from Satoshi's mouth. She then placed that finger in her...
Oh, no. Pain without love, pain. Can't get enough pain.
Crawling in my skin!
Please person. For this situation, I've created a song. Have you seen that like, music teacher just like she has a ukulele? It's like, for this COVID situation, I've created a song. She starts playing and then Toko knows what's up. She's
what
like,
the hell kind of relationship do those two have? Aren't they brother and sister? Yeah.
That's what we're screaming.
Look,
cat
don't
nurse.
blame Satoshi. He's a good guy. It's that incest cretin Yuka. This is her fault. It doesn't have to be. Oh man.
I mean, with that outfit, that's kind of easy. I mean,
She
what?
barely knows this guy though. Toko crumpled her face with disdain. Last of the party once more, she begrudgingly taken the ear pick.
なんで耳かきしか残ってないのよ。
Because you picked last.
大体なんで耳かき？秋葉原や池袋では有名なメイドアイテムなんですが、知りませんか？知らないわよ。とにかく耳かきすればいいんでしょ。
Toko flashed at Toshi a frighteningly intense look.
ほら、こっち来て。
Hey, yo, okay, easy. Oh god, the saxophone music!
She's coming on all harsh with that outfit. Of course, it's going to be saxophone music.
Oh,
ご主人様になんて口の利き方だ。
please, just don't hurt him. This isn't his fault.
うるさいなもう。
Shut up already, God.
Satoshi very hesitantly and begrudgingly sat down in a chair next to
これ
Toko.
でいいかな。
じゃあ行くわよ。
Toko raised the pick to Satoshi's ear and was just about to jam it in when Suzuki called out to her.
やり方が間違っている。
I know what she's gonna do.
は？ひざまくだでしょ。
Yep, I knew it.
なんで膝枕なんてしなきゃいけないのよ。
Look, it's not gonna get any better. Just get it over with, Toko.
メイドだから。ほらほらや
Oh
るの
my
よ。
gosh, this is going to be CG. CG, isn't it?
I doubt it.
わかったわよ。
We don't get CGs when we really want them.
That's true.
Although obviously not comfortable with this, Toko slowly sat down on the floor with her knees out.
はい。どうぞ。
Yikes.
ほら早く。
Toko slapped her thigh as if to say right here, but the act came across as more violently due to her obvious irritation.
早くって言われても、これって生足に頬が密着することになるわけだよな。
Hey, you know what? You're a lucky man. Toko seemed to realize the same thing after a few moments.
ハンカチ敷くから大丈夫よ。
はい。
I have made
He looks like
mistakes.
he's about to be murdered!
He's like, I have made mistakes in my life.
No, wait. Just this music. Just this music in the background. It's like, I have made way too many mistakes. Oh my god, yes. I gotta get a thumbnail of that.
Is this the thumbnail?
It might be.
Just for the sheer humor factor of it. Just
For
the sheer
sheer
WTF.
humor factor of it. This is too funny. Satoshi obediently, almost automatically, placed his head on Toko's lap. He is as stiff as a board. This is hysterical.
柔らかい
Wait, what happened to his suit?
あったかい
Stop asking questions.
行くわよ
Really soft and warm, too.
Satoshi instinctively shrugged at the sensation of a foreign body being inserted into his ear. Let's read this all sexy like.
動かないで
Hey, hold still.
はい
強気なメイドも悪くないですね終了です
Huh? Sasuke ran. I was ready to read in the sexy tone and everything. Sasuke rang the bell to indicate that the maid competition was over.
You can always read that sexy. If you
No.
like.
皆
I
さん
am
お
not
疲れ様
reading
でした
something sexy as Sutsuki.
しばし休憩の後最終発表に入りますサトシ君は誰を選ぶか考えておいてくださいね
As soon as Sasuke and Sachiko exited the room, almost everyone immediately plopped into a chair.
あー疲れたようやく終わるのね
By chance, she happened to glance over at Ayumi.
前から気になってたんだけど委員長ってもしかしてサトシのこと
Oh, come on, you know it.
We know it, maybe she doesn't.
ユイ先生も怪しいのよね風の看病って何があったんだろう
So apparently 99 is saying that all the endings of this chapter are pretty short. Please do all of them before ending this stream in case you get the true ending right away.
Very well.
ゆかちゃんもお兄ちゃん子だと思ってたけどなんだかそれ以上のものを感じるし
I wonder if it goes deeper than that. Oh, it does.
It does.
Oh god, it does.
It uncomfortably does.
あのトーコってことはどこで知り合ったんだろう
See, I used to like Yuka. I used to think Yuka was a good character. Then I realized, oh, actually, she's an incest. She is incestuous towards her own brother. Ugh. Lazily, her wary gaze drifted over to Satoshi. She stared at him for a while, as if trying to unravel his mysteries.
はい皆様会場の準備が整ったので移動します
Everyone who'd previously been wrapped into the classroom 1A gathered in the assembly hall.
皆さんお疲れ様です
Alright, I
Satoshi-
guess we have a choice.
Satoshi and the others had all changed back into their regular school uniforms and plopped
Dang
down
it.
into chairs with a collective sigh of relief.
いよいよ優勝者の発表ですがその前にお待ちかねの商品の発表です
Oh, what is
サ
the
トシ君から
prize?
贈られるのはなんとサトシ君のキスです
I better see you lock lips with Naomi, you son of a bitch.
キスなんだキスかなんだキャットタワーじゃないんだ
Miss Teacher's just like, whatever. I wanted a cat to her.
Each envisioning a different result in their head, the girls all waited patiently for the true winner to be announced.
ではハーレムキングことサトシ君に優勝者を1人選んでもらいます。記念すべき第1回天神小学校ハーレムスクールデイズラブラブ大作戦の優勝者は
Let's just choose Naomi and get out of here. Oh, apparently, whatever you choose here will give you a different ending.
Fine. Satoshi opened his mouth knowing what came out next. It could have dire consequences. Very well. We'll do the endings.
Defer to...
Pick Sachiko? Can't... Okay, I guess we'll do these one at a time.
Okay, yeah.
さつきちゃんに任せるよ。
Bad choice.
Right.
いや、だって選べないよ。
Easy. No Miss Yui because she's your teacher. No Yuka because she's your sister. No Toko because you don't know her. And no Ayumi because, you know what? That's Yoshiki's property. So Naomi! You moron!
じゃあ私が選んじゃっていいんですね。
Oh, no.
This is bad.
よし
You're gonna pick me.
This did not sit well with the rest of the girls who started murmur
あの
restlessly.
子が選ぶのさつきちゃん私を選んでくれないか
She's gonna pick herself.
誰にしよっかな
Satsuki was looking over the choices and seemed to be having a rather grand old time. She noted the tense expression on each and every one of their faces.
発表します優勝者は水原さつきです
Knew it.
Better than Yuka.
She's the same age as Yuka, though.
At least she's not blood related.
Honestly, this is probably worse than Yuka.
No!
This is worse than Yuka.
Well, if it was a kiss on
the...
the lips, it would be worse. I don't know what kind of kiss this is. So, you know what? Just... God. Let's see. She's 14. Satoshi's like 17. Yeah, okay. It's weird, but it's Yuka's still worse.
そういうわけで商品いただきます
Upon saying this, Sasutsuki planted a big old smooch on Satoshi's cheek. Okay, see, it was a peck on the cheek.
Okay.
Do you want this CG too?
I mean, this isn't going to be the thumbnail.
Okay, then no need.
サトシ君からキスしてもらうんだった
Sasutsuki smacked herself in the head while sticking out her tongue to indicate silly me sort of sentiment.
間違えちゃったでちょっと何なのよ
Just peck her on the
今
forehead.
まで必死でやってきたことが無駄だったってことさつきちゃんひどいよあごめんねゆかちゆかちの大好きなお兄ちゃんにキスしちゃった
Shut up.
楽しかったさちかさんありがとう手伝ってくれてありがとう面白かったよ
Are you satisfied?
じゃあ私そろそろ帰ろうかな見たいテレビがあるんだ
Alright, I think it's time to reload the save.
Well, no, we have to actually get the ending. Sasutsuki
Oh.
waved her hand and it doesn't count unless we actually go to the bad end page. And Sachiko
okay,
just
fair.
kept smiling.
みんなはもっと文化祭を楽しんでね
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hooray!
Ugh. Okay. All right. Next one. Pick Sachiko.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
サチコを選ぶよ。
Everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Why? Because I don't want to die!
みんな本当に頑張ってくれてありがとう。でもだからこそ一人なんて選べない。
But you just picked Sachiko.
なら俺は今日が誕生日のサチコを選ぶ。この催し物自体あの子を喜ばせるものだしな。
そう言われるとね。では優勝者は幸子さんに決定。では早速賞品のキスをお願いします。
Sachiko excitedly ran over to Satoshi. And when she reached him, she leapt up and threw her arms around him.
ありがとう。幸子の誕生日をお祝いしてくれて。
ああ、サチコ、誕生日おめでとう。
みんなの前でキスされるのって恥ずかしいから廊下でもいいかな。
Oh no.
Okay. Just please just kiss her on the forehead, please. Sachiko was fidgeting, very clearly feeling a bit shy.
しょうがないな。じゃあ行こうか。
It is a smart move, honestly. Like, appeasing Sachiko as much as humanly possible is probably the best thing to do.
It is a safe. I get what he's thinking with this.
ありといえばあり。相手子供だしキスにはカウントされないや。
Yeah, it doesn't count. Shut up, Yuka.
ドン引き。
Time passed and then...
今の悲鳴って持田君。
Yes, Satoshi got you.
何があったの？
Sachiko returns to the classroom.
プレゼントもらっちゃった。
I thought it was a
キ
kiss.
スじゃなくて
Oh, what else starts with
肝
K?
にしてもらっ
Ah!
She
What
got
the
a kidney.
hell?
キーのつくプレゼントだから
Satoshi got
いい
dead.
よね。
Why? Sachiko, grinning wildly, proudly showed the assembled girls a lump of red dripping flesh she had in her hand. It looked as if it had just been removed mere moments earlier, still steaming with heat from inside Satoshi's body.
ハーレム楽しかったね。
No.
That's Satoshi. That's so Sachiko. Sachiko. That's it. Hooray!
No, this is not hooray. Shut up.
Choose no one.
俺は俺を選ぶ。
Well, that's not no one, but okay.
ずっと考えていたんだ。この戦いの中、俺は誰のことが一番好きなのか、誰のことが一番、そしてようやく答えにたどり着いた。俺が好きだ。
That
Okay.
was loud.
Satoshi's proud proclamation rang out confidently.
サトシ？持田君大
Are you okay?
No.
お兄ち
Shut up, Yuka. What are you, Dracula? A strange glimmer began forming in Satoshi's eyes.
ゃん。いけない。あまりのストレスとプレッシャ
He
ーに精
likes
神異
his
常をき
right
たしてい
hand,
るわ
of。course.
無理もないわ。校舎中を追いかけ回され、その後何度も想像を絶する苦痛と恐怖を繰り返したんだから。
俺はこの世界の王だ。
Okay.
なんかすごいテンション上がってきてるよ。
いや、銀河帝国の皇帝だ。
Okay.
Well, all right then.
銀河系第三宇宙帝国を統一する男。持ち出すとした覚醒の瞬間だった。
ああ。
What is going on?
覚醒の瞬間だったとか言ってるよ。
He's gone nuts.
お兄ちゃんが
It's big broken.
Big brother is big broken.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's actually hilarious. I'm taking a
That's-
screenshot of that. Big brother is big broken.
持田くんがそんな。
God damn.
She looks unamused. It's like he just had to do it, huh?
All right.
So I guess I'm choosing all of them. They're gonna say, no, you gotta choose, and then it's gonna give us the actual list, probably.
Oh, maybe. Okay, can't pick just one.
一人なんて選べない。
Do I have to go through this again? Yuka, your blood relative. Yui, your teacher. Toko, you don't know her. Ayumi, bitch. Naomi, best girl!
みんなすごく頑張ってくれたから、みんなが優勝者だよ。
You know this is the good ending because we got the music.
優勝者を決めてもらわないと困るんですけど。
これハーレムものじゃないの？
Yeah.
I get all the girls.
Guess what? One girl has to win in the end.
女の子みんなに愛されるのがハーレムだろ。
Well, then again, there was one harem story I know of where all the girls won. I think? At least it was implied they could. I'm gonna shut up.
だったら一人を選ばなくてもいいんじゃないか？
幸子さん、どうなんですかね。別にいいよ。
Okay.
じゃあみんなにキスして。
There you go!
みんなが優勝だから、みんなに商品を渡して。
I swear to God, I thought the prize was gonna be cake! No! No! Go to the horny naughty court! The naughty horny... Ah!
お兄ちゃん、ゆか、頑張ったよ。
She referred to herself in the third person.
She always does this. Yuka was looking up at Satoshi, eyes glistening with tears.
欲しいな。
No!
ちょっと、ゆかちゃんだけずるい。別に。
No, you wanted that kiss.
Oh, shut up, Naomi.
でもやっぱり公平を期すためには全員にキスだ。
Why does Toko look excited too? She doesn't even know him!
A kiss is a kiss, dude.
そうね。ほっぺたとか額ならいいんじゃないかしら。
You've gotta kiss us somewhere.
Kiss us somewhere.
Just do the forehead. Just do the, you know what? Actually, do the forehead on all of them, and then just grab Naomi's cheeks and just go. Bite her tongue. All the girls began sliding up to Satoshi. Oh god. The girls all jumped onto Satoshi at once.
ラブコメラブコメハーレムハーレム
She seems happy.
Sachiko had set up a camera.
Oh no.
Suzuki, what are you doing down there?
That's what I'm wondering too. Is she trying to take off his pants?
You know what? This is actually a good, like, since this is the harem episode, this actually doesn't make a bad screenshot.
No, not at all.
Could possibly use
three
that.
good thumbnails. Holy crap.
No
this
kidding.
rarely happens.
So did he actually end up kissing all of them, or?
I guess so. We're just assuming.
We'll just assume everybody got one on the forehead. New entries unlocked in the character dossier menu. Yuya Kizumi, whoever that is.
That's a Rabido.
No. I know him. I mean the second guy. Kensuke Kurosaki. Oh, Kurosaki. Matsuo Fukuro. Oh, these are the...
Her friends.
Yeah. Number 5. The King and
King
We.
and We. A parody of The King and I.
I got an achievement that's Satoshi. It says, "Hail to the King, baby."
Oh my gosh.
Oh my days. You know what? Did that appear on Steam? Did that? Okay. Yeah, all right. You know, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the 2 achievements I just got.
Let's see this bad
Here we
boy.
are. Hail to the King, baby. And Miss Kiss attained all 4 endings in Chapter 4. So there were only those 4 endings, so none of the other choices actually meant anything.
Right?
Huh. Neat. Oh, man. All right, you know what? Let me just get somewhere, so... All right, there we go. We only have 4 chapters left!
Holy crap.
Oh, God.
99 was saying earlier that this one coming up is like the best chapter.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Jobu was also saying that this one and the next one, the King and We and For Love, are 2 of the craziest.
Yo, you know what? This game has been crazy enough. I don't know how much more crazy I can take.
I think we're going to get even crazier.
We're gonna find out. Oh, Lord. Well, guys, that's the stream. The VOD will be up on Sunday. I'm sure you know that drill by now.
You'll just have to wait and see what is chosen as the thumbnail.
Well, I'm probably gonna use my authority, and by authority I mean the fact that I got all the screenshots to choose the thumbnail. So, anyways, until then, all you have a good night, a good week, and we'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.